Welcome, everyone. And before we get started, that concert is from that channel. The link is in the description. I don't like to just take stuff or whatever. And his is also a non-monetized channel. So definitely, if you want to see that full concert, the link is in the description. I just drew up the other stuff for a little intro. How you doing today, Gina?
I'm great, Loomis. How are you, bud?
I'm good. I'm good. Just been busy and staying busy and just, keeping myself distracted with positive stuff.
Right. That's all we can do, man.
That's all that we could do. And tonight, we got some positive stuff talking about probably the most, in my opinion, iconic album, one of the most iconic albums of all time, Blizzard of Ozz. And we're going to get into that. We're just going to dissect it by being like this page here. If anyone's new, just so you know, this is like, just a fan page where we just, talk over, like, anyone's welcome on. It's non-monetized. And
just so you all know, I'm a fan. I'm here as a fan. He's welcomed me on the show. He's more than welcoming. You guys want to come on? Feel free to do so.
Yes, and I didn't know Gina from Adam before this, and that's why I kept it. That's why I put the community up, and I love seeing when I see pictures of the community. I absolutely love it. I do have to just throw a shout out on this painting because from Emily Glissenfer, my best friend Dave Glissenfer, he's not with us anymore. She actually painted that at the age of 13 years old. And so I had to throw that up though for this one. Absolutely. Because I told her I wanted like a cartoonish looking, but for 13. And all right, my friend Dave Glissenfer. So this one's definitely for him and Ozzy and everyone out there, though. So listen, everyone out there, this channel is also yours. If you want to come in, all you got to do is email Ozzyosbournetributepage at gmail.com. I'll get in response to you with 24 hours. And if you want to throw a video up, if you want to throw first, you don't need my permission to put up a post, and that's already there. Hit the visit community button. And also, but if you just want to come on and chat and on lives and stuff, another guy from Philly emailed out and said he wants to do one, and we might do one Thursday. So just this is your channel too, so anyone reach out, and this is all just in remembrance of the great late John Michael Ozzy Osbourne. So with that, let's say some hellos. Appreciate that, Kilo.
You
got to give all the credit to Ozzy, Randy, Rudy, and Aldridge on that, though. But you know what, though? They never, made like a professional Randy Rhoads. You know how, like, for example, like this right here, I just watched the other day, like Live at Budokan or Live and Loud. Like, like they never made that production with Randy because they were on that hustle mode, because Ozzy just, because right after Blizzard, Diary came out quick. So they were just like, he shot out like a rocket right after they all formed. And the way how it all happened is just incredible. And we're going to get into all of that as well. Johnny Pockets out there in Boston, Massachusetts. What's up, Johnny? Thank you very much, my friend.
Appreciate Hello, Johnny. You.
La Senorita in Germany. Love you. Thank you. I know her for a while since I said that we met when I was at the Johnny Depp trial. The Blizzard
is coming.
The Blizzard is absolutely coming, my man, and the Blizzard will always stay. Those first two albums, are just, come on. What's up, Mac? Thank you for being here, my friend. And another thing though with me, I don't have like producers or anything like that. I get to every comment. So if some things are slow at times, I apologize. It's just me here doing this. And we got Witchy Woman in the house. What's up, Witchy Woman? Here, and Janice, thank you very much for being here.
Janice. All right.
So let's get into see, I wish though that light, because I'm blind and that light's in my face. So like, I have normal glasses, but I can't see. So it's like I have to do one or the other. So I'm trying to do stuff. But now though, we're going to be talking though about Blizzard of Ozz, and I want people out there too to express their opinions on the album, what's your favorite songs, any of the members, because there's a whole other story besides though just the actual besides Aldridge, Sarzo, Rhodes, and Ozzy. you have Daisley in there, and how that all happened and stuff like that. He co-written a lot of the songs, and we're gonna get into it's a shrewd business move, but we'll get into all of that. But I don't like to get into the politics though of because there's a lot of politics out there with this musician wasn't paid right. That means listen, all that's out there. This channel here is more for trying to stay more positive and not just get into those details. The music business is a dog eat dog world as it is. So this is more just
the
to celebrate.
influence I think he more had on us than the logistics and the politics of things. I mean,
Yeah.
like we're just so avid Ozzy fans that I know. Well, you know what I know, and I know what you know, and I'm hoping more people give us more information because some old timers out there, they really saw Randy. I didn't get to see Randy. You didn't get to see Randy.
No, I was born in 81. I was born in 81.
Right. But I mean, I was too young to do that yet, So anyway.
Well, you were too young yet, though? How old were you?
I was going to concerts with my parents, but the first concert they let me go to by myself was when I was 15, and I had scored some free AC/DC tickets at the Forum. And that's how I just went from there. Like they couldn't stop me from there. So nor did they want to.
Got it.
Back then, if you were out of the house, that was the best thing for you.
But at least though you had the experience though of when that album dropped, you remember when that album dropped, right?
I remember exactly where I was, where I heard it, how old I was.
Yeah.
The friend that introduced me. Yeah.
Those are the days.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Like Paul McCartney said about Black Sabbath, he's like, because when I hear it, I'm born in 81, Metallica's was going on as I was being born in 81 and stuff, and all the other bands that are going on, and metal's been around and Maiden and stuff. But back when it was the Flower Power days, and then when Sabbath just hits and you hear the Storm and stuff, I can only imagine without hearing all the other stuff that I've heard, because I was born years later. The people who actually were introduced to that, it's just completely different. It's mind blowing.
It was complete. It was a whole different time back then. Let's just say music was very word of mouth. You didn't always know when shows were going on sale. We lived by those magazines, we had a lot of fun, I mean, that was the thing. We had a lot of fun. And that when this album came out, we had still, we still had Paul McCartney. We had, The Who. We had all these old things that had already happened, but nothing still touches this album to this day. It's the basis for every freaking metal album that we have out there today. That's how I see it. It started it. I know Black Sabbath.
Fan. I wish I could have saw that though. I wish I could have seen that comeback from being out of Sabbath and then boom. I wonder even what they were thinking though. Actually, Bill Ward though, who I love. I mean, that's my guy.
I thought it was great. I thought it was just right on, and it was. I liked the direction because there was a very positive, stable direction. So it wasn't like Never Say Die. It wasn't like Technical Ecstasy. It was straight ahead rock, and it was moving, and it sounded good. His melodies were brilliant. I thought his melodies were great. And lyrically, he was just, really, really good lyrics. So I thought it was a very great moment for him in music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't even much time after though when he left the band and all that stuff, and they were all fucked up at the time though too. And then his father though ended up passing, and that's what really put him over the edge.
Right.
When his dad died during that time, and he would just be missing and then stuff, and then he'd come to the studio just slumped over. I guess they were all fucked up, but I guess he was the more fucked up one. Who knows? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm just, but the way
Yeah.
though that it worked out though is fantastic. It's almost like, as a fan, it's almost selfish in a way though, because that definitely broke his heart and killed him. Like, he'll never get, like, they even in the documentaries they say he'll never get over that. But look what he became after. And with Blizzard of Ozz, I mean, are you kidding me? And the way that it worked out too is just like, so Randy Rhoads is in Quiet Riot, and he gets introduced though from Slaughters. What's Dana Strum? That's right. I keep thinking Don Arden. That's Sharon's father. Dana Strum introduces him to Ozzy, and then that's when Randy comes down and brings his he says the story like the little amp, and Ozzy, I guess was just sitting in a chair and he heard it. And he's like, holy shit. And then he's like, come back the next day. And then next thing you know, boom. And
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if it was the good drugs or the drunk I had or what it was, but all of a sudden I was like this, and then all of a sudden whoa, that's how quick he picked up on Randy. And Randy was he was a virtuoso. There's no other way to put it. He's like a Beethoven, You can't.
And he didn't just like leave quiet, like right, like so his best friend was right there though, Kelly Garney, and that book right there, people should get it. Angels with Dirty Faces that's Randy's best friend all the way up until after, and he met him in junior high, and he ended up though leaving in '78 Quiet Riot. So by that time, like that's what Quiet Riot was like. Kind of, it wasn't like they were like going up, and Randy's like, see ya, like because Randy was even at that time, Randy was still a little conflicted. Like he wasn't all about going to do it. He wasn't even a Sabbath fan. And
no.
Mother Dolores though, she told him to go for this opportunity, do this, and so he comes down, he does it, and then Ozzy says, I think they had Jet Records had another one. Don Arden, Sharon's father, had another guitar player there. And Ozzy is like, no, bring this guy to London. And next thing you know, boom, they live with each other, and they write up all those songs. And Bob Daisley though as well. I mean, Bob Daisley though ran into Ozzy though, like right after Sabbath though, and started co-writing songs with him though as well. And all that type of stuff. And there's Quiet Riot. That's not the original, because that's Rudy after Kelly. And him and Randy were obviously though real close. I love that guy, Rudy Sarzo. I love that lineup. The Blizzard, the Diary of a Madman lineup. I just love that band.
Yeah, I agree. Rudy. I was just showing my husband how his style of playing was so cool. He was just all over the place, and he wouldn't just underhand it. He'd overhand it.
No pick finger the way I like.
Yeah.
Even when you watch in those videos though, like the only remember I was saying no professional concert. Well, there's like a professional studio. Everyone knows from the Blue Room where you could see them without a crowd. I meant like a concert, but just the way how he plays, and he's just and plus he's just a great guy. He's just, you ever read his book, you can get his book and watch something. He's just a great soul, Rudy Sarzo. Great guy. And he was there, and Aldridge is. I mean, I love him on drums. He was there. I'm already jumping ahead, thinking of the terrible thing that happened before we even get into the album. I apologize.
Right, but when he was there, he was there. He was on it. I mean, he rocked. They were really tight, really tight.
Oh yeah,
and I think a lot of that had to do with Randy and Ozzy's absolute need for perfection, and
Well, yeah, the way that they would know, right though, too, though, and like and Rudy though, once though he came in and everything like that, the way though that they would like. Remember, Ozzy's explaining the story. Randy just goes, he was tuning his guitar, and Ozzy, because Ozzy's a genius with melodies. Like he's like, because that's not easy to do. You just write a song, boom, you come up with melody. 9 times out of 10, they say he always gets the melody. But he's also very good, like music, like he could hear stuff. And Randy went, he was just tuning his guitar. And then Ozzy's like, do that again. Nah. Why? He's like, I got a good lyric for it. Wine is fine, but whiskey.
Yeah.
Suicide, and that's the one that got him in all trouble when the court cases and yeah,
Look at the meanings of the songs, people. Come on.
and
Every
R.I.P. to
every
whatever happened to anyone though out there. But I mean, the parents don't even take a look at themselves because I grew up an Ozzy freak and I didn't do that. You know
it
what I
was
mean?
yeah. It's like you were saying with the Aleister Crowley, same thing. If you listen to the words to the song, you just understand what he I mean, back then Bon Scott just died.
Yeah,
Alcoholism. And that was a big part of why that song was written. I mean, that was part of it. And it
yeah,
basically boiled down to that. I mean, there was really no there's no Ozzy never had intention for anyone to go harm themselves or do anything like that to themselves. He just was an entertainer and a pure entertainer.
yeah.
Throw
And he
meat
also
in the crowd and all.
yeah, but like the scary image of the Prince of Darkness said, "Let's come over and scare all these hippies," like with the flower power and all that, though. But then, though, like when you really watch, his soul, he was as he was a kindred spirit. He really was. He just wanted everyone to be happy.
Right. Right.
He was just that was him. But he just came from such a tough place in Birmingham, and
Right.
and Birmingham's very tough, and that obviously reflects on their music. And literally, because Iommi lost his fingers in the machine shop his last day, and that's why he had to put plastic tips on him and tune down to C sharp and gave him that doomier sound.
If
And
it
then
was
next,
never for his mother making him go to work that day and honor that 2 week notice, he we wouldn't have heavy metal today.
and he
We
was
really
leaving.
wouldn't.
He was leaving. I know. He's
Yeah.
leaving. That's a whole other show. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Denise,
Yeah.
what's up, Denise? Rudy is truly a nice, humble guy too. Almost shy. Well, at least now. Yeah, he's great, man. He's infectious and he's just very daring. And when you could tell when people are just, I don't know. I'm a good judge of character, and he's genuine. Like you could just tell when people are genuine, and I love that guy.
Yeah.
Right, Rudy is good people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rudy Sarzo right there and Randy. And once we get the Diary of the Madman though tour, and then there's this was though the band at first.
Right. Now let me. I want to give you guys all something to think about. Like when Black Sabbath, before even Ozzy went off and got fired and everything happened. When Black Sabbath was being made, the Beatles were happening. Like think of that. Like
No,
you know
Sabbath
what I
came out.
mean? Like
Yeah, but the
right.
Beatles,
But I mean,
that's why Sabbath came, because Ozzy heard She Loves You, and he's like, boom.
but Iommi. I mean, if the whole chemistry just all came together, it's like the planets all aligned for them to do this and make
Well,
what
it's
it is
very rare though
today.
for people though from the same neighborhood in town though too, Gina, to be like usually like Dio came from Andover, and Dio's great, but like he can't he had like talent agencies and like looking for musicians. These were like four guys, four friends who got together and boom, like that's, and even Ozzy says that's what he's so much proud of with Black Sabbath, and
Right,
it was just
right,
meant to happen. But the Beatles though were going on. Ozzy didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. He was working in the slaughterhouse. And then
right,
he hears She Loves You, and he's like,
right,
it changed his whole world. And then after,
right.
like when he went to prison and he got
We
out,
had
his dad didn't want him to get him in trouble. He'd get him a PA system that was very rare. And then
yeah,
once he got to that PA system, it was kind of like, Ozzy Zignig's gig. And then, well, he was in the Rare Breed with Geezer before that, and like blues bandits and stuff like that. That's what the Rare Breed were. But then the Pocahontas, like they called themselves before even Sabbath and Earth. There was another
Earth,
Earth,
yeah,
and then Black Sabbath after that whole story of people getting the shit scared out of them. Why don't we make scary music and change it up? Down, the Devil's Child and all that good stuff. But Rudy has so many great stories too. His memory
yeah.
is ridiculous. Just even a few months ago, he was telling us things from years back like it was yesterday. Yeah, I watched every single thing that popped up on him. I watched afterward. Absolutely, every time I see him, he's just a great
He
guy.
is very, very humble. He comes from very, very good stock.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
he's a
And
nice
boy, that
guy.
relationship him and Randy formed is incredible too. Like, because he auditioned for Quiet Riot after Randy's best friend though leaves, Kelly, and then because
Yeah.
they were looking for more like a finger style bassist, and then they got Rudy, and then so
Right.
that was Randy's side. It's like, well, Kelly was his best, but then Rudy came in and they became, I mean, as close as ever. And it was actually called the Blizzard of Ozz. The band was called the Blizzard of Ozz before Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, they
And
messed up on that.
the management at the end originally, then at the end
Yeah.
management was like Ozzy Osbourne at the end, like solo. So because they were called the Blizzard of Ozz. There's even flyers out there of it. And then it became Ozzy. And then
Right.
the rest is obviously no history. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like, I know you like, who doesn't love Crazy? Like when you write a song like Crazy Train, it's like you already know. Because I know, like, if I was in a practice studio, because I play as well as and not as well, I'm saying like I play, and I've been in bands and stuff and played in a bunch of bars and traveled up and down the East Coast. My point being is, like, like I always wondered when you write something like that and you go outside for a smoke or take a break, like what do you like? You wrote a hit, like how could you not?
I
Like, meaning,
really
like,
don't
during the
know.
making of it, during the constructing of it, like, you just have to know. Like, it's like how like it's so good. Like with all
Randy didn't feel that way. Randy was not very
no, I'm just
confident.
saying
Yeah,
no, I know.
I see what you mean. Yeah, but
I'm saying my
Randy
first
felt
song,
everything was rushed and I mean I understand that
it was
because he was
rushed though. It was no rush though because it was that's why
4 weeks.
those albums with Boom Boom, and he didn't
Right.
like traveling as much, and then he wanted
Yeah.
to, and everyone thinks like he was just going to leave Ozzy and go play classical and try to get his degree. That's not the case. He was willing to do studio work for Ozzy, but he didn't want to travel.
Right.
And there was no like disrespect. It was just like he didn't like leaving home all the time, and he loved teaching himself. And he was. Listen, you make it that big at that age, right? This shows me Randy Rhoads probably had no ego at all. Like how you can make it at that age. Like Ozzy even said, "Oh, we just broke the ice, man. Like, what are you doing? Why are you thinking about going the other with this or that?" And he did not care. All he wanted to do was just keep learning and learning. And even like when they would go live, he would actually be in different like stage countries. He would meet up, but be like he wouldn't be partying. He'd be in like the bus, like getting a lesson from someone and stuff. He was just constantly a student. So it just shows you how like not like a lot of people who make it like, okay, boom, I made it. I'm in a big band. I'm good. Like, no, he was like a true the musician's musician.
Right.
He couldn't
And
be.
hence the reason why I don't want to plug anyone else, but that's why Billy Strings. He still takes lessons, and as good as Billy Strings is, he's still taking lessons. The good ones always do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love Billy Strings. Billy Strings is great. Rudy
Yeah.
Sarzo wasn't taking shots at people in the band. No,
Never did.
never,
Never did.
never.
No.
Absolutely.
No. He was a lot
Absolutely.
like Gene. He handled it a lot like Gene Simmons did. Very, very.
Well, you mean when Ozzy died, Gene Simmons?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
He
every interview since.
Yeah, that shocked me because how Gene Simmons usually, like not saying that he'd be an asshole over something like that, but he admitted he's like, I played an act. I wish I was more like that. Like you saw it in his eyes. Like it was like, yeah, Ozzy's death like brought him to his knees, meaning like his ego knees, and as well. And
Right.
Because Ozzy was just Ozzy. He wasn't trying to play like it, you know what I mean? Like even though
Right.
Prince of Darkness, this or that, that's the Malord, that's the posters, that's the stories, that's the biting the head at the bat's probably the best thing that ever could have happened because that builds the mystique. And then even though it was fake, you know what I mean? And the crazy stories that you think, when he bites the head at the dove on the a record executive when they're listening to the album, the security took him out. You would think that like that's the worst moment. Why would you do that? They're listening to our album, but it's just funny how those stories end up being classic. And like it was like, yeah, that they made this happen. It's crazy.
Right. Right.
Crazy.
Do you see that comment right there? That's a great comment right there.
Which one?
About Kevin DuBrow?
Oh, that about with the shooting. Yeah. I know, by his own admission. Yep. Fortress of Shred knows his stuff. What's up, Fortress of Shred? Thanks for being here. And so does Janice.
That was funny, Fortress. I did not know that. guitar. I can't read a damn thing, Loomis. So
I got
can't.
no, my point is, and you know what's amazing about that is that Randy's the one that taught him bass. Randy taught Rudy how to play bass. And
Right, and then yeah,
what?
and then Rudy actually he taught it at the his mom's school. He talked his mom into having Rudy come give bass lessons at the school because he was a good bass player. And I just found all this out, I don't know, this week sometime. But
And the
I think
bass
I
is like
have
this. Yeah, it's a different instrument. So Randy, but I mean, it is different. Like it's not just totally like
right.
it's way different the guitar. Like if you the whole theory's theory, but I mean, yeah, no. And again, he got taught by Randy, and he's just I don't know. I think he's my favorite Ozzy. Yeah, he's probably my favorite Ozzy bass player without a doubt.
Definitely. I agree with you on that one.
I mean, but see, we didn't hear it a lot though. We didn't hear it Bob Daisley really on record though, except but he wrote though a lot though of what we heard. So, but yeah, Rudy, like I don't know. I love that. I love the Blizzard of Ozz lineup, like when it was final, like when it was Rudy, Aldridge, Rhodes, Ozzy.
Right. Rudy and Rhodes, they were already so connected to each other timing wise and
Oh
their
my God, he was born
style.
on March freaking 19th. No way. Same
Who?
year too. Fortress of Shred. That's the day Randy Rhodes died, March 19th
Right.
in 1982.
Right.
Damn, that sucks. That brings it. I mean, that's
You
always.
know, I found out an interesting fact by watching Randy Rhodes' sister, and she never knew this, and no one ever knew this, and she just let the cat out of the bag on this one. So I'm going to let you know. Randy and his sister both started taking acoustic lessons. He was 7, she was 9. So they were doing acoustic lessons. And at 13, I believe, he decided he wanted to do electric and he went to electric. And we all know the electric guitar player told his mom, look, he's teaching me. There's nothing more I can teach him anymore. There's nothing, I mean, I'm wasting your money. Well, his prior teacher was a woman that taught the acoustic guitar to him at 7 years old.
Keep going.
And she lost touch with this family and never kept in touch, didn't even know Randy Rhodes had passed away. She didn't know anything about him being with Ozzy, nothing. She just found out all this stuff and she got a hold of Randy's sister and said, look, I also went to your mom and told her I can't teach him anymore. So that's 2 guitar players that went and told his mother, he's teaching us now. That's insane. That's insane to think of. Will we ever have something like that again in our lifetime? Like in your or my lifetime? I don't know.
No. No, and that's the thing though, and that's why even like with albums, like whether you're like Metallica or like this or that, like no matter how many albums they write, will they ever write another Master of Puppets? Will they ever write it? That's why I hate though, like not that I hate, but like people they just judge so much because like they're expected even with movies, like after like if Martin Scorsese does like a great movie and then the next one's got to be, once it's hard to keep topping and topping and topping and topping and topping. And when Ozzy lost though these guys. He kept those still though going, even with all the new bandmates that came in and held it down fantastic. And that all, you have to give that credit to his management, which is Sharon. I mean, because he didn't have this band his whole career. Obviously,
every musician that they came across was just they just, like I said, the planets were all aligned for Ozzy and Sharon, and it just seemed to just naturally happen. It just didn't seem like there was much effort to it. It just came about. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Well, and the way that, the one, especially with this one, though, with Randy Rhodes, like talk about meant to be, like meant to be, Dana Strum's just like, hey, come down here. And Randy, like he was hesitant. He wasn't going to do it. He's like, I don't know. And this was at the time too, like we're like Quiet Riot. Like, yeah, they played some shows at the Whiskey and stuff, but they were kind of going more like down. Like every time they were going up, they were going down. There's a great documentary on Quiet Riot on YouTube. You just type in Quiet Riot documentary, you'll find it. But so like that just shows like in his ego, like, you know, usually people at that age ought to be a rock star. I'm sure he did with his band Quiet Riot, you know, but then he went with the guy from Black Sabbath. But then they became, I mean, like, bro, I mean, they became like brothers, obviously, and lived with each other afterwards and stuff like that. And then just the way how everything like that happens is just crazy. Just like we were talking with Sabbath, that didn't happen to Tony's fingers. And he did. If Tony decided not to go to work and pay his 2-week notice, we wouldn't even have Sabbath. So it's like, it's so weird how these things happen, you know?
Right. And I'm glad it did. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't like to say I'm glad someone's fingers got cut off, but goodness gracious, where would we be? Where would we be? You know,
happy Tony lost his fingers. I'm sure he is too, though. It's worth it just to though. And that's you know what it was who helped him. If anyone out there knows Django Reinhardt, that was like a big inspiration. Like, because at first he was like shit, but then he saw Django Reinhardt. And Django Reinhardt only has 4 fingers, I believe. Yeah, and they're like all stretched apart. So that inspired him to keep going. And the rest is history. I think it's so cool. He got to share the stage with Rudy and others. He wishes he could have played with Randy. LOL. I'm sure many do. Randy's sister Kathy is a great lady and keeps us. Yes, she does. Kathy's awesome on Instagram. I talked to her a couple of times, Janice. Janessa, I'm so sorry because I had my glasses off. I kept calling you Janice. Janessa, I hope I'm saying that right. Yes, I talked to her on Instagram, and she is, though, a sweet lady and keeps his memory, though, alive. And Gina here actually is like right up the road from where Randy's at. There she is right there. And thanks, G. That's how this all happened. So I tell everyone on this page, guys, this isn't my channel. It's a non-monetized channel. It's never going to be monetized, no matter how big it gets. This is all passion. This isn't mine, even though, okay, it's on my email account, but it's all of ours. So I was saying that and telling everyone, write in the community, email me, send in anything. That's what this page is all about, the fans. And then so she put that up. She was the first one, and I saw that. And then we just started talking. Next thing you know, now she's on like the show. So everyone just, we're
interesting
trying to build, like,
story about that mausoleum, Loomis. Very interesting story.
We could get 8 squares like Hollywood Squares up on here, and everyone could talk and have fun.
We should.
And just kick back. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I miss the old days around the fire. When I'm sober now, but I miss those days. But I'm just saying, I love talking music. I could talk it forever. It's
right,
the best. It's
right.
in the genre that I'm in. True crime. After you do true crime for so long and you're making a huge documentary, it's like you need to get away from it. Like, and music is my number one love. I mean, and speaking of this album, that's the reason why I play music. Mr. Crowley and I'm so grateful because there's a lot of guitarists around here. Not like keyboardists and drummers are usually rare because a lot of people want to play guitar. Bassists are rare though too. But since I played keyboard, I got to play with like a few bands around here and some like big bands though in Finland, out in Virginia and stuff, which was great. And that never would have happened though without this album, Blizzard of Ozz. And I remember where I was at. I was at Knoebels. I was about 5 years old, and I heard like an organ sound, and I fell in love with that sound. Something about the dark organ, and even because I write my own, everything I play, it just naturally comes out dark. I don't know why.
Right.
And on the way home, I remember like it was yesterday. I can't remember the whole day, just these moments. 5 years old, I'm looking up at the moon, thinking like, oh my God, the moon's following me. And Mr. Crowley comes on Rock 107, the intro, and that was it. It was over for me. It was over. Immediately at a piano and fucking boom, and then just started. That was it, and just never looked back, and still play and still try to get better. And those are the old days up there with the long no hair. And that was my old life. See, I had the long black hair. I was a rocker.
Yeah.
Got to be like, you guys like Typo Negative, Peter Steele. If you ever heard of those guys, great guys. And R.I.P. to Peter Steele. He died right by here as well. And I know his fiance, though, was a great lady. I talked to her, and R.I.P. to him. But there's actually Ozzy collaborated on a song with them on the it's on the box set I got when I met him, the Prince of Darkness though box set. But not to jump though too far ahead. Let me just see some of these comments. Nice Jackson Rhodes. Listen to my buddy Jansen Harris. I got to put a video here playing. So I did an interview on this channel with him, and he loves Ozzy, right? This guy here is just, he could get a cello and tomorrow he'll play. He'll get a violin. He's just unbelievable. And he's a professional musician. He makes music for video, like for big video games out there. So that's what he does. But I had him on, if you look at the video section, and he's going to be, there's another part. We were on for 4 hours, but there's another part, and I don't know where Gina went, but she'll come back and check that out though. But he had a Jackson Rhodes, and oh my God, he was so good at guitar. And then he went to keyboards, and then he's fantastic. Check him out though. It's on this channel too. There she is. There you are. He's like, what the hell happened?
My phone keeps blacking out. I don't know why.
I'd played guitar his whole life. I never not had one. That's awesome, man. See, I didn't have a musician in the house. I just fell in love. And then I remember I heard the Moonlight Sonata, and I was able to play just a dun, 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 dun. And then, you know, and that's, I just naturally music, you know, and I learned it from friends and worked hard on it, but I had like a good ear for it, you know, and the only musician in my family, like Billy Strings, who we were talking about, his father, he's the one, he's like, yo, get in here. He's like 7 years old. He's like, puts Black Sabbath on. And he's like, hold on. The riffs, like, yeah, like I didn't have that though, but I did have aunts who were 8-track freaks, and I still have an 8-track player and a record player. And my uncle was at Woodstock, God bless my uncle John Mangan, and he loved Sabbath and all that type of stuff. So I would sleep over their house every weekend, and that's where I'd be taking their vinyl, and they had a huge stereo system. Oh, that was my life. I could. It's weird. I can remember almost 40 years ago of. Like how you could still get goosebumps when you think of a moment 40 years ago. You know, you can't remember the whole day, but you remember the moment, you know?
Right. The only one in my family that is very musical. My son can play guitar. He shreds. And he's all self-taught. He never took a lesson in his life, but he's got that ear just like you do. And you either have it or you don't, you know?
Yeah, Kelly and Kathy are great. I met them along with Mrs. Rhodes at Randy's grave once on my birthday for his anniversary. Oh, yeah, no, they absolutely are. And like, when you want to talk about the musicians, like, you know how they say a man's man, a woman's what? A musician's musician. Like, not just Randy, though, just that whole family, Dolores, and all the, like, it's just like, they're unbelievable and so nice. And, it's great though to see though that he's doing no better as well, Kelly, because I know that he had something happened to him health wise, and he's doing better now, which is great. And just such a great guy. And Kathy's a sweetheart, and the way that she keeps his memory alive constantly is just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I love the mother. I love Randy's mother.
Yeah.
I just think, oh my God, sweetheart of a lady, and she's the one that convinced him to go.
Yeah. What she said was basically, you know, you've been doing this Quiet Riot thing for quite some time. They'd already tried 3 times Kelly said in an interview, they tried 3 times by, you know, to get signed, and they were refused every time. So his mom told him, you know, why don't you just, you've given it a good go with Quiet Riot, try it, you know?
Yeah. My hubs keeps in contact with Kathy because he played at a couple Randy Rhodes remembered gigs at NAM, and she sent us a bottle of wine from her Vineyard Wine Company a couple of years ago. She's sweet. Yeah, she's fantastic. I did like a little tribute, like with Ozzy and him before even Ozzy though passed, just him and Randy, and I was playing like on the organ and stuff, and she immediately took it and shared it up on her page and stuff like that. And then we talked back and forth on Instagram. She's just a great lady. Actually, I actually have that video of me for the end of this because Mr. Crowley is what got me into everything. And Don Airy, I got to give it to Don Airy, the keyboardist. You know, all of this keyboardists, John Sinclair, Don Airy. Why do I always keep forgetting the most current one who's been with them for years? And there's a relation to it there. There's what the hell's his name?
Oh, I got it.
Someone help me here.
Oh, it's the father and son, right?
Yeah, and I love the guy. I have one of his he has an album out. I have
It's Adam Wakeman and Rick
Adam
Wakeman, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
God, thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Yes, Janessa. Loving you is like typo. Yeah, he was a very interesting guy. It's sad I can't talk about him because it was under certain circumstances, but all I could say is that yeah, he was different. He was different. Like there's like legal like reasons and stuff like that. You just can't because there's a thing called HIPAA, and I'm not allowed to. But he lived around here. Then he went up Dingman's Ferry, then by Stroudsburg, and then yeah. And his fiance is just a sweetheart of a lady, and they were done though. I mean, not them, him and her. He was done though with typo afterwards, and yeah, they were great. They like when they were with Pantera too together. Like them two loved each other, man. Those two together, touring with Dime and Vinny and all them, just great memories. But yeah, Pete, it's sad. It took a heart attack and died though after. But I mean, he lived wild, man. He was a big guy, stacked. That's his heart. That's gonna happen, But sucks. From Brooklyn, New York. And I love, all of them. Kenny, the guitarist, is the song All Hallows Eve. When Kenny starts singing, oh my God, it's unbelievable. Typo negative. Man, I had the lights on the other day. Remember, I was like, maybe I'll stay with this. It has the typo look. But I went with red though today because of Blizzard of Ozz, obviously. But yeah, typo. Don't even get me started. That's a whole other channel, a whole other show.
I'll have to check that out.
I have another. Oh, you never heard typo negative? Oh, put them in. You love them. They're like, that's why, because especially with the keyboards and oh my God, I absolutely, I love them. Absolutely.
Feel free, Loomis, to send me whatever you like because I'm open to a lot of music right now, and
there's another band out there too, though, that's called they've been out there for a while, Ruby the Hatchet, and they're almost like they have keyboards in it too, and it's almost like her voice is very. Her name's Jill. Her voice is very I believe they're from Philly, originally Jersey, but they're like my favorite band going, and they have a mix of like Sabbath meets like a tiny bit of like psychedelic Floyd, which meets like, but it's dark and it's like the planetary space. I look up Ruby the Hatchet and thank me afterwards, and they're fantastic band. And there's a lot of great bands out there. You just got to dig. People just think because it's not on the radio. Oh, no, you just got to dig.
Yeah.
Janessa, funny, both Quiet Riot and Typo have been brought up, and Johnny Kelly, great drummer, has been in both and in Danzig. He and his wife are very good friends of ours. We went to their wedding. Oh, nice, Janessa, nice.
Janessa, you're connected, girl.
I love his kit too. Like he doesn't even have a big kit, and what he does on it is just incredible. I seen him with Danzig too at the Electric Factory, in Philly. But great guy.
Janessa, please come on. You have so much information I don't even know about.
Well, she's talking about a different band, Typo Negative.
I know, but still, I'm not. Well,
yeah, that's fine. We're just, it's a live. I know we're talking about Blizzard, but I'm saying, listen. I'll send you some Typo. It's fantastic, but Pete's voice is epic. Loving you is like loving the dead. I can't do it, but it's just so deep. He used to go like this all the time. I'd be standing next to him, and he'd be like this in church. It was just like, yeah, that's what you do in church. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, just ridiculous. And he had like fangs into the IP. He was something else. He was definition of like zero fucks given. I'll tell you that right now.
Right, right.
But still, at the same time, though, great guy, and just they wrote. Wait, you'll see when you get there. I'll send you over everything. But October. Wait, what? October Rust is it? Or Brave New World? Not Brave New World. That's Maiden. There's World Coming Down, and all of it. I'll just send it all to you. And thank Tessa and me after.
Yeah.
QR needs to pack it up. Not even QR anymore. Yeah.
I
mean, if they're having fun doing what they're doing and they're enjoying it, you know, good for them. If not,
Yeah.
you know, that's I hear you. Another band like Typo is Bronx Casket Company. I know. Yep, they're awesome too. Absolutely. I'm glad that she just mentioned them though, because
These are East Coast. I'm assuming I'm West Coast, right?
hold on 1 second though. Bronx Casket Company. Actually, a funeral parlor come up. Bronx Casket Company band. Freaking what do you call it? Comes up funeral parlor though.
That's hilarious.
I love that. I love Anti-Hero. I love wow, Janessa. That's you blew my mind when you threw that out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I was thinking about the other day I was having a conversation and I'm like, what the, and I knew the band. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. And then it was them. And this is weird. Thank you, Janessa. We're doing a documentary actually right now, and I was trying to think of though, like how to find those certain something. I'm like, why can't I remember this fucking band's name? And then boom, it's funny how that happens. All right, so now check out Typo Negative, folks. You'll love them. Now back to the Blizz of Ozz. So
you want to start with the song?
What's that?
You want to start? You want to start with the song and like kind of pick it apart, or where do you want to go with this?
Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to go with it, though. Like, like me and you we're just fans. So even people in the chat could say, too, what are your songs on it? I mean, everyone pretty much for me. But I mean, for me, it's obviously Mr. Crowley, Revelation, Mother Earth. Like those two right there are just because of the piano in Revelation, Mother Earth was just mind blowing to me. And I love playing it. And even though the intro to Crowley is like a basic, intro, it's not just the sound of it and all that. And just those two are my like definitely go-tos on that album. I go to listen when I play that album. You don't have to skip one song. I listen to all of them. I listen, that's the beauty.
Both those all of his albums. I'm sorry, I can't skip an Ozzy song. That seems blasphemous to me. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, and also well, yeah, but I mean, you might be short on time, and there's times, but like there are definitely times where I'm like, hey, I just want to hear Mr. Crowley real quick, and I'll put it on, and I'll whether it's a tribute version, the regular, or live and loud, because I love the live and loud when he's like, let me see your fucking cigarette lighters.
Yeah,
and, that's what made me play music. This is me right here. I'll play it right here. So the reason why Paul McCartney was in there and all that type of stuff, though, is because I made that like a tribute like years ago, or just Ozzy, just an Ozzy type like tribute and stuff though, like that. And Paul McCartney was like his idol, obviously, and stuff though. But that was the first song that like I learned fully like that I wanted to, because I went to take lessons and they were showing me like because I was able to play but they were telling me and showing me scales, so I just learned minor, major, harmonic, all that type of stuff. But then we got into me and my buddies got into the theory aspect of it with the guitar grimoire and all that type of stuff, and started studying the theory stuff and all that. But I didn't want to just be at recitals turning pages. I wanted to write my own music,
right.
That's why I went that route though. But but I love that song. That song changed my life, changed my whole my whole world to this. I could never get sick of it. I used to, back in the high school days, I'd have that. I remember at a party, I had it on like fucking literally 125 times in a row from Live and Loud. People are like, we listen to something else. I'm like, nope, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I know. I was a dick then. Fuck. I was tripping on acid. I was tripping so hard and I couldn't stop listening.
You were 5 when you heard
that
song? You were 5 years old when you heard that song and it made you want to do that, right? Is that what you're saying, right? 5?
Well, oh, you mean play?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I knew right then and there. I'm playing keyboard because when I was 5 and I was at my buddy Chris Palachik's house across the street, and I was at his house and he had a little keyboard, and I started doing the dan 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 dan, the first 3 on the Moonlight Sonata, and I was like, oh, instead of like banging on it, and because I remember like I loved that sound, and then little stuff on the radio I was able to do, and then next thing I know, my aunt gave me this organ, then I got a church organ, and then I got a bunch of stuff, and now with the one that I have now, it's from 1892, and it's in storage, New York. It's gone. Oh, I wish I had the pictures up for you. I mean, the thing's fucking beautiful. It's in storage now because I'm taking care of my dad. He's on home hospice. I'm back at the family home, but I was across the street from here actually, and I was playing, and I remember I ran up and I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, listen, and I played the first 3 notes of Moonlight Sonata. And then I went down to the B, and then to the B, and then I was like, come on, and then she gave me lessons. I really wanted the piano, but she was like, my mom's tough as nails. She wanted to make sure. So my aunt brought the organ, and then even after that, just like now going after a year, another thing, and then it was like, okay. And then I got my piano when I was like, I'd say 10, 11 years old.
Most 5-year-olds nowadays, if they heard that music, they'd probably pee their pants.
Oh, I love it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I love it. No, I loved it. I loved it.
I mean, that's
people
just not
scared. I love it.
Yeah, it's not something abnormal.
I love the dark. There's just I love it. I don't know what it is. Even though I know I could go right now on that piano behind me and start playing blues but if I just want to just play what's going to come out of me, it's naturally just going to go into like some type of like minorish type. They'll be happy in it, but it's just I can't help even when I am happy.
Right.
I can't help it. Like I just love it. That's
right.
That's why what's beautiful about music is there's no arguing really in music because it's all subjective.
Right.
If Janessa likes this band better and tells me, Loomis, this band's better than that band, she's not right or she's not wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's just to her, maybe, yeah, but it's just all, so I used to get a kick back in the day, like when people used to always like argue over like this band's better than this band's better than that. It's whatever you like, man. It's whatever you like.
They're all relevant.
Guilty pleasures,
Yeah. They were all relevant. Janessa, here she goes. She's going. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. Love every song because and you know what else is great? I just wanted real quick, Janessa, and Gina. You remember that name from yesterday. But what I'm trying to say, anyway, yeah. But that was what a world, folks. That's all I could say. What a world. Anyway. I'm 44 years old, single with no kids. My little dog Ozzy just died, and I'm not looking for anything. I'm good, but what a world. And I'm nothing. I'm not saying that. Yesterday was weird. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway.
Who else is good?
The Controller lady, if you're out there, jump in on some of the lives. She's been putting up some great community stuff. Like she knows what the fuck she's talking about. Like, like little tiny, like she knows her shit, and so does Jeanette. So do you. And I just not that even I don't judge people like that. It's just I love though people know like the diehards. I just love the diehards.
Right.
Love every song on Blizzard. LOL. How could you not? Right. But then again, I'm arguably the biggest Ozzy fan ever. No, you're not. Not even close. So just love him, and he's all he's done. Blizzard Ties with No Rest to the Wicked, my 2 favorite albums. And I'm only joking around with you, Janessa. And Janessa, of course, we're just going to love him and stuff. And the funny thing about this channel, here is 2 days before he passed, like I wanted to create it after the beginning show. just like a tribute to him. Because if you look at my Instagram and everything, I've always been putting Ozzy stuff up for years, and music's my favorite thing. But I put up my first video was him and Zach Wild talking about Ozzy holding court, doing cocaine, and they had to get back to the show. And then the next day, he ends up dying. So now it's just tribute. So we absolutely love it all. We just talk about it because it's fun and just fun to have fans that come in and talk about it, keep the memory always going. Not that it's dead, not that it's needed by us. I mean, it's Ozzy, everyone will remember him, but I think it's still a great thing though to have a cool community come in and talk and remember great albums, great songs, great everything. And yeah, that's why we do these lives. Other than the lives, I put up shorts and I also do videos. Like I'll make videos as well and do interviews too. But this is for the fans. This isn't for me. This is just for anyone that could come on. This is not monetized, never will be. Anyone could come on it. I don't even have to always be. If someone's like, hey, can I do a show with this person? And I check them out and make, because it's a crazy world out there. You got to check out people at times. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. Like this, I don't look at it like it's my channel. I just want everyone to understand that.
Yeah.
It's art. The Iron
It's hard for me. Yeah. Iron Void. It's hard for me because my family does not understand why I'm reacting the way I'm reacting and why I'm still crying over it. And if I had not run across you, Loomis, I would have no outlet to talk to anybody because no one understands what this man truly meant to me, I'm East Coast. I used to live in LA.
Yeah.
Back home, New York. Yeah.
She goes, I think I'm diehard and I'll fight you on that, LOL. Because, yep, okay, let me just tell you something about Ozzy when he passed. And I'm not trying to get all dark here. So right now, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm caretaking for my father. He's in home hospice and stuff like that. My little dog Ozzy passed away, though, this year, right? When Ozzy passed, I had a cousin who I've been talking to in years, and probably 15 people who I've been talking to go, are you okay? Like it was a fan, because they know. The people who really know me, like they were like genuinely concerned because I'm an addict as well. I've come up in 4 years clean. So like they were genuinely like concerned, and people laugh at that. Like, well, you never knew him. Like, yeah, I met him and stuff, but yeah, I knew him. I mean, because without him, I wouldn't be like who I am though today. And he got me sober. And fuck, I used to always say, if Ozzy could, I could do it. If Ozzy could do it, I could do it. And that's what got me sober. Until I had a little spiritual awakening, and it got me started playing music. And I wouldn't have the childhood that I had without that man. And I will fight you and I will win. And I'm just kidding. But I got you. Nah, she's great.
Janessa, try to stump him on an Ozzy question. That's a good one. Because he usually knows them all.
Know it all or whatever. No, I forgot about the Black Panther one though.
Oh, I only got you on one.
Yeah, but and it's so weird though, because I knew that he put that on there because I just saw that not too long ago on his guitar case that was empty. And I knew that because I was telling you, what did he used to walk with the leash? And it was just a shoe. But I'm so sorry about your dog. First of all, I know how deep that hurts. Secondly, I literally not stopped crying for days. I'm not trying to top you, but my family thought I was losing him. You and me both, babe. You and me both. And this was going on as well during, with what I'm going, like, it was just, I don't know, my dog Ozzy. And if you watch the video section, I just put up talking about the video I put up yesterday, Jane, with the talking about No Escape From Now.
Right.
I pretty much bear like who I am basically in that, and like why, because I had to give my experience to give my take on that. And I don't give no spoilers away or anything on that, but like, you'll understand if you watch that. It's only like, I think it's 29 minutes long. It's the last video. If you ever get time, Janessa, check it out. I think that you'll appreciate it. And I know you're diehard, and there's nothing wrong with being upset and being that way.
No.
And, because there's a connection. It's almost like, my guitar player who I met, AJ, I only known him since 2014. But he's my best friend in the world. And people are like, well, you knew this person. It doesn't matter how long you know a person. It's just like that connection. Like, what I mean? It's
chemistry.
It's yes. That's what that's what it really boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ozzy knew us and we knew him. Well, yeah, 100%. And I love
Yeah,
the back of
Sheila.
Newsweek magazine. And shout out to Newsweek again, not this one. I have it framed up in the other room though, but this one was like 4 page. At least you got the cover. People magazine, you could go fuck yourself. Um, Newsweek though, cover to cover, no ads,
Yeah.
Oz, which was incredible. And I had to get 2 of those though, frame one of them up. And right, it truly felt like we all knew Ozzy because of how prevalent and constant he was in our lives so many years. Yes. And I
Right.
think I'm not just trying to get you another view, but I think if you watch the video that I did yesterday,
Yeah.
everything you're saying, yeah. But also we loved him too, though, because of his honesty. The things that were in his mind that maybe sometimes some people wouldn't say, he would say. He was funny that way. And like everyone in every walk of life, you could be a lawyer, whatever, even though we all believe the same. Everyone can relate to Ozzy. I believe that he's one of the most beloved artists of all time. Not just saying, even if you don't like the music, him, I'm talking like just because of he's just, I don't know anybody that does not like that man. And we've seen it after he passed. I mean, the whole world was just like, whoa, like, like it was insane. So,
Right.
and it was in England, it was, and even in America. I mean, that's where I'm at in America. So, I mean, it was all over the place. So, and well deserved.
I woke
Well,
up this morning and I said, "Good morning, honey. I promise I'm going to try not to cry about Ozzy today. And I'll be damned if I cried within 5 minutes." I couldn't help it. I'm
yeah.
still doing it.
Well, remember you did it yesterday. And remember you said, Loomis, I was just crying to him. And you put that short up. And that was
Right.
like 2 days ago.
Right.
It truly
Right.
felt like we all knew Ozzy because of how proud. Yeah. And that's so here's what killed me. And Jack Osbourne said it too.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't seen him in years, because after COVID, everything's just been crazy in my life and like, helping my pops. And now I'm sober and fucking, it's just a whole new world. It's going on 4 years. So now everything just seems all weird. It's like the realization of like, I'll never see him again. Because I used to see him every year. Like that was my life. Boom, boom, every time. Like, boom, we go Ozfest every fucking year, all the way back though into the 90s, before even Ozfest. So the fact too, just knowing though that he's just gone, it kills you. But I find solace in the fact though that look at all the footage though we have. Look at all the music though that we have. The music that I believe, if anyone could do it, From the Grave should be the title. His next album should be called Ozzy Osbourne From the Grave, and
Right.
release some of those Steve Vai sessions from Osmosis. And there's tons more music I'm sure out there, but they're grieving right now, obviously, and in time. But I'm saying Ozzy Osbourne From the Grave. I can already see it, and just boom.
Right.
I want credit for that name if it comes out. No, I don't want a cent at all. Just nothing. But he'll do it. If anyone could do it, Ozzy will do it.
Yeah.
It truly felt like we all knew, yep, because of the prevalence. Prevalent, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ozzy, yeah, and he was always real though. And that's the thing. Like, remember what did I say the other day on the live? I was like, some people be like, hey, do you like this band? And some people just agree to like just like be cool or whatever. Like he was
Yeah.
just he was just honest, always just honest. That's why I love him to death. Like just purely honest. Wherever he was, he didn't have the filter in his head and just let it out. And we all understand that because we all keep things inside, obviously, when the monkey's going and then whatever. And you got to, put that little rated R to PG-13 filter on whatever you're going to say or whatever. He just fucking said it. That's what made it beautiful. Not to
That
mention those.
reminds me, where's Briarly? Where's our young little girl?
I'm not sure.
No.
Maybe do another homework. That's why I try not to curse. I
Yeah.
always put the 18 and over. And I didn't want her to think like, oh, she can't watch when I said that last time. I always put 18 and older, but
She
I
might
don't
be 18 and a senior in high school. We don't know.
yeah, well,
So
because I curse and stuff on here and stuff. But before you pop up a video, I have that set though like that. No, she's great. She's diehard too. And I love
yeah.
seeing the younger generation. Even I was
Right.
worried about the younger generation. Like, are they gonna, but and I think with Ozzy's death too, though, there's been like a huge like rock like resurgence in a way though too. That's like going
Yeah.
on as well. Even for myself, it just made me want to constantly play more and more and more, and I've been. But yeah, no, I think it's rock and roll. Like you said, will never die. You can't kill rock and roll. And
Yeah.
but Will we have bands like Sabbath? And like you can't look at it like that. You just gotta hope. I thought that once those freaking Guitar World video games came out, I'm like, fuck, kids aren't gonna learn instruments now. Boy, was I wrong. People are still learning, shredding, writing songs. There's great bands out there. All you gotta do is dig. Just because it's not commercial or whatever, they're out there. And that's a fact. 100%.
Right.
And what do you do? You have 3 bands I'm going to send you. The one that, the 2, because I will typo, and that Janessa said because, and Ruby the Hatchet, I'm going to send you because you're going to love it. Totally agree with you on that. See, I wish I'd remember what I said at those timelines. Oh, with the honesty and stuff. Yeah. Always so sad. You know, we try to do these shows. If anyone's watching, though, like not live, because people are going to see the thumbnail, they're going to be like, it's a Blizzard of Ozz breakdown. But when you do live and talk to everyone, it's so fresh, his passing and stuff. It's impossible not to talk about. You know what I mean? Of course, we are going to have to talk about it instead of just, breaking down an album. Like, because people see this thumbnail, that's what they're just going to think. It's just breaking down an album. But how can we? I can't just do that without talking about what it's just too fresh. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think it's just what it meant to us, not exactly the specifics of the album. It's just what it meant to us and how everyone feels about Ozzy because of his solo career. And we're, thank God for Sharon. Sharon, God bless her. She lost her dad over taking Ozzy, I mean, that relationship was gone.
About her father?
Yeah.
He's kind of in the world that I know about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, the people that you see me with in Jersey and stuff. But my point being is, look him up from Jet Records, Don Arden, and he's passed now, but not like powerful, like powerful in the music though business, but not in the like mobsters would be like. But he had though that money though, man. Those were the
air. He had that air about him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had connections and stuff. I mean, that's a fact. It's hard to explain that to people who don't understand. I went through a lot of crap in my life, and Ozzy was there through it all. I felt like he's been me and you are like the same person. Same when I'm in rehab.
Same with me.
It was a hospital ward, Gina, and I'm in a fucking gown. And I just kept walking around like circles, exercising, going, if Ozzy could do, because I literally, my fiance will vouch for this, my ex-fiance, in 2021, I went to 6 rehabs and 4 detoxes. And my last detox in just that year, I finally, it was just a detox. And I kept saying that. And I held on to that. And ever since then, November 26, 2021, I haven't touched no fucking hard drugs, no fucking booze, no cocaine, no nothing. Like, it's
good for you, man.
So yeah, I get it, Janessa. I get it.
Yeah.
That's why I felt the second that I got that text, I was like, when I found out, because I didn't find out from scrolling or nothing, because I'm usually trying to, make something or probably work. I was working on the Buffalino documentary with them. And then all of a sudden I got the text and I felt like I got fucking kicked in the stomach. And I didn't cry immediately. And then all of a sudden I just out of nowhere, boom, just started flooding. And, sucks. But we got to be grateful though. Like Zach Wild says, I had the time to be here with him and play all those songs with him. At least he was here. Thank God for that. We got to find the gratitude end of it. And that's the silver lining end of it, is that thank God. Imagine if all that music we heard shuts off when that happens. God, and footage and stuff. No, his memory is even if it did, nobody would ever forget Ozzy Osbourne. Even it would be written in scriptures from years from now. You know what I mean? Like fucking in the new fucking light. But I'm just saying that we still have the art, even though the artist passes. Thank God for that. Even though it's tough not having the artist. And those documentaries, they were tough. Like I just feel for his family. After I didn't realize he was only in freaking England for fucking since the 5th or whatever. I mean, not the 5th, like 5 days before that last show. Like when he went to that house, like it's just found that out. Yeah, I mean, Vanessa, Janessa, check out the last video when you get a chance. It's in the video section. What's it called?
Yeah.
No Escape from Now, a true fan's take. That's
Right.
Everyone check that out if you don't mind. To support, hit the like if you like it. Let me know what you guys think. I've been saying for years that if Ozzy truly wasn't immortal, and I used to think that they left this earth one day, I'd probably lose my mind and want to go with him. So yeah, it'd be so freaking hard. Still is. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's why I couldn't watch nothing for the first month. Like I couldn't watch something. I was putting up like I mean meaning everything I put up, like those little shorts I threw up, muted. And it was everything I seen, like from 9 Lives Ozzy. Like I know almost all of his interviews. I could almost recite them. So I couldn't even like listen to him talk and stuff like that. And then I would just, throw them up in the page and try to, because I knew I wanted to just, hey, let's build a community of great people here. It's never going to be monetized. This isn't a money fucking, this is a passion fucking for Ozzy fan channel. And which any one of you are welcome on. Gina, how do we meet?
By me scrolling through my phone and crying about Ozzy. And that's how I
you
found
sent
you.
over the pictures of Randy's because you live right by his mausoleum. You sent them over.
Right.
You came
Right.
on because I was like, come on the show. And then I'm like, introduce yourself because I really don't want to, I want people to come on. This isn't just about me. I just have a passion.
So far I've been the only subscriber that's actually come on. I've been trying to encourage more people. I would love for Janessa to come on.
Well, or anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
anyone. Kilo Vaz, where's Vaz?
Don't forget, if you don't want your faces shown, there's an avatar button that
Right.
we can at least just hear you. So don't forget that. And I want to thank everyone. This just shows you the love of Ozzy. I started this 2 days before he passed, and we're already at 2,000 subscribers almost. 1,994. That's how loved he is. And that's from a fresh page that just started like 2 days before he passed. And it just goes to show you, like, the love for him. That's not me. That's him. I mean, it's Ozzy, you know what I mean? So that's unheard of to get that because subscribers aren't easy on YouTube. The man is universe. Do you know for that concert, 40,000 people at the Villa Park, there were 3 million requests for tickets. And that's not even the people that just knew that they couldn't go. Like maybe people over here in the States, like, they might have their passport, they can't get over there. But like that's just people who wanted tickets over 3 million.
Right.
That's insane.
Right.
Insane.
That's like that's like Russian number, It's like when they were play
it's even bigger. Yeah, that one in Russia. Remember that concert?
Yeah.
They were like, but the Russia, that was crazy. Slayer, I mean not Slayer, Pantera,
Metallica. Yeah.
Helicopter coming down and stuff. That concert was
yeah, they were rocking out though. They were all rocking out. Some were, some weren't, but
Yeah. Went through a bad breakup a few years ago. I was drunk every day for almost 2 years. Thank God I got my head out of my ass. Good for you, my man.
Yeah.
Don't let that win. And I'm not saying, no disrespect to whoever she was, but is she doing that? Is she ruining her life? Don't let that win. There's a billion other people out there. Life's about learning, move on. And that's all. I'm 44, single, no kids. I'm happy. I just miss my dog, Ozzy. And, I'll be happy once I get another dog, but I still can't do it. I just feel like, that was my child. She's always on my lap. And Janessa's dumb, but you'll see my dog's in that video too. Because I had to throw her up. It took me like 5 months to take her out of the fucking bag just to put her ashes next to me. But I should bring him in here for the show. I mean, she used to always on my last in the mafia stuff show. She used to always jump up in my lap, sit right here. I should actually have him right here. But what happened, Fortress? Oh, the bad breakup. Yeah. But listen, buddy, you got your ass out of it though. A lot of people don't. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. And that's not easy to get out of either, especially 2 years in a row. Not easy to get out.
My brother, if my brother can do it and Ozzy can do it, anyone can do it. Because my brother was all kinds of messed up, man. He was in prison. He came out a heroin addict. He paroled at my house. He worked his ass off. He worked for a moving company. He ended up buying a detox center. Now he sold it and he's retired and he's still does part-time security for gigs and stuff and gets to see free concerts and he's just living his life. He's loving life, But
And yeah.
he was gone for a long time,
Yeah, and you can't play around like we always say out there. That's what happened to me. I had 3 surgeries in 5 fucking days. I almost lost my leg. There's fentanyl out there. It's not you can't even experiment out there anymore. So don't do it. Just
Yeah.
be careful. Yeah.
No.
If you get weed, get it at a dispensary. And if
Right.
you get if you're no pills, because they even put fentanyl in them and they'll press them, doctor prescribed only. Be fucking careful out there. Because it's not like when I grew up. When I grew up, I'd just be like, boom, what did I take? And I'm not saying that's cool. I was just bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was an idiot.
Yeah.
Paid for it. Dearly paid for it. And just 4 short years, though, it's unbelievable, though, when you get out of that, what could happen, though, in life. It's beautiful.
Right.
Even though I'm going through it hard, though, with what's going on with, a family member passing, but meaning all the opportunities and the stuff that I'm doing and the work that I do now. How could I ever imagine that? Like back doing that? Like, it's just crazy. So there is.
I don't think you look at it as work. It's your passion.
No,
no
but
matter what you're doing.
Though the documentary I'm doing and the people that I meet and all that. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
who would have thought? Like, from coming from that. So that's what I'm telling people. I used to go in those meetings and they'd be like, "There's a beautiful life," but I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up," because I was still like hurting. But no, they're right. They're right.
I have a sign up on my mantle, and it's for my husband specifically. And when he's being an asshole, because he's going on 14 years now, and the sign simply says this: "Be nice, or I'll send your ass to a meeting," and that's all it says. And when he does, he feels so much better. It makes him feel better. So, there's such a thing as being a dry drunk, a dry addict, things like that resurface when you have to rework your steps. It's a ongoing, forever process, and you need to work on it, and you need to do it hard. You need to put, everything into it.
Well, that's what it is. That's why I always said I've been. I can't even count how many treatment centers I've been into since I was 20 years old. But my point being is, I didn't get better till I was like, okay, it's time. You know what I'm saying? So don't even get involved with it at all. Anyway, like it's everyone's like, do you have any regrets? No, because I do, because I've being sick and all that shit and almost losing and what I put my family through. And my last place up at the house, I was engaged, all that type of stuff. It's ugly, and the people around it. It's the people around it suffer too. Like they're the ones who suffer. So yeah, just don't fucking do it out there, or I'll hunt you down and take you out. Don't do that shit.
No.
I'd never been on a panel before, but I've been on YouTube for about 6 years now. I'm a mod for a channel, but that's the furthest I've ever gone. I think I'd come with you guys. Well, then why do you do this?
Yeah.
Well, no, why do you do this? Here, hold on. Let me send her the right there. Just email me, and then that's direct that I get. And then all you have to do is then we'll just work, me, you, and Gina could just work it out though through there, or whenever you want to come on, or whatever you want to do. Everyone out there, this is also for you, please.
Right.
Gina, haven't I been saying that since day one?
Ever since day one. And that's why I'm here.
Yep. And then this channel's email, which I get to in 24 hours, is Ozzyosbournetributepage at gmail.com. And I will get that within 24 hours. And Into the Void is also now, it's on Instagram as well, and Facebook as well. Into the Void Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. If you have Instagram and Facebook, check it out. And give this video here a like and a subscribe, because it brings in more diehard Ozzy fans, and we love talking to you. It's like tonight, like Fortress of Shred. Janessa, Kilo's always the fucking man. Everyone who comes, Briarly's not here tonight. Briarly, we missed you. But my point being, though, is Vaz isn't here either. But
No.
like, I love meeting new people that come in and talk. Like, it's great. Who know what they're talking about too. It's just great.
Right,
After
right.
22 years, he was taking 30 Vicodins a day while simultaneously wearing 7 fentanyl patches. Yep, I used to eat those patches. Still, don't do. See, why do I say that shit, Gene? I'm an idiot.
That's okay. There's
Don't
nothing
eat-
wrong with that.
don't
No, I mean,
eat patches.
I mean, kids aren't supposed to be on here anyways, so don't worry about it, man.
I know, but even to the adults, don't eat the patches.
No, no.
Don't do that.
There's, like I said, if you could smoke alcohol, I'd have been an alcoholic. You know, it's just the way I was. I like to smoke. Yes, exactly.
And yeah, you know what, Janessa, and that's what's happening though too. Like with me though, because my pops is about to go like at any time, so like I'll just be walking and doing whatever, whether it's Ozzy, whether it's him, both, whether it's my dog, yeah, you could like I could be like this, and then what it just comes. Like, you know, you can't prepare for it. You can't prepare for it. It's like cigarettes. You can't quit until you are done.
That's my last damn vice.
Well, these little freaking things right here, I have to stop. At least I don't smell like smokes anymore. But I don't. These aren't healthy either, and I have to stop doing these.
I only don't go to those because there's no
drugs though to still kill myself with that. What's the point?
Right, right. But there's not enough study done on those vapes for me to. I mean, I know cigarettes are going to kill me. I know that, but I don't know about that vape stuff. I hear this causes dementia and whatever. And that's okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, reach out. Used to is the important. Yep, exactly.
Right, right.
Addiction is the worst. It 100% is. And that's why even with the documentaries, like, you know, with Ozzy and stuff sitting there with the Ronnie James Dio tapes and stuff, like he's sober, so he has to deal with that while he has Parkinson's and while he's in agonizing pain. That's what broke my heart at the end of his life. Even though he got to see the love, he's in agonizing pain from that fucking surgery he gets. And still though stayed sober and was fighting. You saw the video I put up yesterday. He's walking around, you know, he was trying to like it's something if you've seen the documentaries, but I just said video because it's the last video I did yesterday. Was that the first?
Yeah.
No, it's the 7th video though that I actually made, but I actually edited it up though and made it though. I took my time with it and put the music to it is from me and my buddy AJ Bartoletti too. So I hope you like it though, and I hope I gave it justice. But I want people to know when they watch that, I call it my take. So my take's different because of what I'm going through. If someone else did a different take, they're gonna, you know, it's whatever they're going through. It was just so though relatable to me, like picking them up on the walker, like that's what I'm doing now. Like it's just it's a lot. That's why the book Last Rites is on my end table, and I'm not ready for that yet.
Right, right. I just got that, by the way. And me being a caregiver, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It was hard for me to watch Kelly doing what she had to do like that.
Yeah. And relatable in a way too. Not like I found confident though, but like, oh well, like they're this is what I'm going through. And it's like, you know, like that's why people get sober, because if no one else got sober, no one else would. It's like, oh, someone else been through it. It almost kind of helps you through it too.
Right.
Like, look what their family's been through.
Right.
You know, you find inspiration in that. Like, you know, not saying that they're over it, but they are still fighting and still, you know what I mean? So that's where you find your inspiration.
Started way back in I think the 40s. Bill W. and his wife opened up their home to all these alcoholics and addicts, and that's how AA started. I have a book signed by her, actually. It's pretty cool.
And yes, Janessa, you know how it gets. They're called the crying jags. They'll sneak up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Driving anywhere. The part that breaks my heart is seeing just how much Ozzy. And that's what I even say. And yes, when I was giving my take, I was like, listen, it's great though that he saw the fans and he loved that. And he was all pumped up in the kitchen, and that's just a clip. But I just hate though how the last 5 years he was dancing before that surgery in the bed. And then afterward, he had to live like that. You know what I mean? Oh, that doctor. Ugh. I just wish he didn't deserve to live in pain. I mean, he can look how many smiles he put on people's faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That man was, but look at, I don't know, man. You know what, though? They say God gives the hardest task to its toughest fucking warriors, and he's an inspiration. And James Hetfield said it best for Metallica. Ozzy's even paving the way for us for like when we get old to that age and all that. He's still paving the way. And I thought it was beautiful when Hetfield said that.
Right. Kind of like, how am I going to handle it when I get there?
Yeah, colon cancer, which spread from me, Fortress, which is fucking terrible, and I hate cancer, and that's why remember I always say donations, I'd always do for Parkinson's. The only reason why I don't do cancer donations, don't call me a tinfoil hat. I believe though that there is possibly a cure though out there, and that the medical industry doesn't want it though out there though for money reasons and stuff like that. There's definitely stuff out there in the world though I believe though that could cure it. So I think my dime trying to help Parkinson's is going to go towards that more than cancer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the only way to kill it is to put the poison in the body and kill the cells. But after watching what my father went through 3 chemo treatments and now he's in home hospice downstairs, it's a fucking terrible fucking disease.
Yeah.
That and Alzheimer's. Like I couldn't even imagine no fucking, you know what I mean? Like him not knowing me like that. Those two, then my grand passed from that. Terrible diseases. Parkinson's, my good friend Tina has it, and it's terrible. It's just
I work with a lot of dementia patients, a lot of Alzheimer's patients, and that's the hardest part. The family doesn't know. They don't know what to do. It's very sad to watch,
No, 100% though. And it's a great though answer though right here. I can't wait. Like, can I see the bottom? Oh, what trips me out is how the Prince of Darkness though brought so much light. So listen, here's what it was. All of that is Ozzy biting the head at the bad accent and it's the genius of Sharon Osbourne and management making him though like the mystique. Like that was that's what it was. Ozzy himself wasn't no like Satanist, wasn't even Alistair like reading, like people just look at the covers of something or someone without going into depth and looking into the person and actually seeing what they were truly about. And then he even had that Bible specially made for him too at the end though, like I believe it was like 6 months later and the place closed down. He fucking demanded this is like a big auditorium to reopen because he left it there because he wanted to take it up to his hotel because he has dyslexia, so he has one specially made. So all those people out there who judge, that's what I hate about. The one thing I hate about Christianity are the fucking radical ones, though, who think that they can tell you who's going where or that. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. I grew up Catholic and Christian and stuff like that. There's only one judge. And Ozzy Osbourne he belongs in there tenfold, way over me and over fucking whoever the fuck. Get the fuck going. He saved so many lives from afar, brought so many smiles to fucking people. And if you notice, he never even did this. Everyone's always like this. That's why in the comments, I always do this in the comments. You ever notice that? I always do the sign. He never once did this. And this is the Maloik, the Italian Maloik, which Dio, what do you call it, would do, which doesn't call him a Satan. It's an Italian Maloik. And I get the spell out of you. But Gene Simmons claimed to fucking own that too. Gene Simmons probably, he'll tell you he owns my house. But you know what I mean? But he's something else. But that's what it is though. He brought so much light and smiles and all that shit. So that's why I laugh at fucking those radicals who say that. They don't get it. It's called show business, folks. Did you ever hear of it? Like, so Stephen King, he's rotten in hell for making horror movies. Charlie Hunnam just played Ed Gein in Monster for, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so like Leatherface. So now he's going to, it's the same thing. Show business.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. Too many opinions.
Chemo was horrible for my mom. Yeah. Killed her liver.
Yeah, exactly. No, they were never, exactly. Same here. I did 8 years of Catholic school myself. But no, all that stuff is it's laughable. Just like when he got in trouble for the song Suicide Solution, where they were trying to blame the death on Ozzy and sue him and stuff like that. And then what was the guy's name? He's like, I saw 10,000 kids going. And this is a sign of the devil going. Ozzy, Ozzy. Hey, how about check the parents, man? Like, check on your child, see what your kid's doing. You know what I
Right.
mean? I have
Right.
crazy moments and stuff like that, and I listen to Ozzy my whole life in my mind. But check, I didn't check on your fucking kids. Don't point the finger, and
Right.
so that's all here. That's just all fucking. And I love that when everyone dies, they want to get their views and whatever. Even the Christians. Was Ozzy Osbourne a Christian? You see them popping up all over the stuff, like like right after. They're not. They're just those people who are judging are the same people who fucking put Jesus on the cross. So they can go
Right.
fuck themselves. Anyway, I thought. Sorry.
So
I get a little wound up though. Let's Bill.
I agree.
Let Bill Ward calm me down talking about Blizzard of Ozz.
I thought it was great. I thought it was just right on, and it was. I liked the direction because there was a very positive, stable direction. So it wasn't like Never Say Die. It wasn't like Technical Ecstasy. It was straight ahead rock, and it was moving, and it sounded good. His melodies were brilliant. I thought his melodies were great. And lyrically, it was just, really, really good lyrics. So I thought it was a very great moment for him in music.
All right, so now the one show, and I want to give a shout out to the channel though, but I obviously know I just have to play this part, and then I'm gonna jump though back into it though, and it's obvious it's Randy Rhoads on stage though with him, and thank you Gina too. I saw the show though before a while ago, and it's actually a tape with credits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very old, but the channel that gets it though. But I just want to throw it up for a second because I got to take a pee pee. A huge shout out though to Saki F at Saki623. As you see, I already subscribed. That's the channel that has the full concert. If you want to check it out for yourselves, check it out. Now let's see who we got. Janessa is back. Well, God, you can read it.
We talked about Youngblood, Janessa. We're all kind of in agreement with he did a great job in honoring Ozzy.
Today, no, we didn't talk about oh yeah, we did in the past. In the past,
yeah.
Oh yeah. My thing with him is like people just fucking hate. I don't understand though why. And his whole thing though, So what happened? His whole story is he was friends with Kelly and them, and he called up Kelly and he's like, "Will you run me over with a car for a video?" And Kelly calls him back and goes, "Hey, my parents will do it instead." And he's
Right.
like, "What the fuck?" So Ozzy and Sharon ended up doing it, and then he met Ozzy. And then if you watch the podcast with him with Jack, you know, he explains it all. And Ozzy loved the kid, and you saw what Ozzy, you just saw him hug and embrace, and what Ozzy said to him after Back to the Beginning. So what do I think of him? I think that he's great. Do I listen? Do I know all of his songs, his solos? Am I, no, but I think he's great, and I think he's very talented, and the way he sings, and he's extraordinary, and good for him. And I like
Yeah.
too, though, how he boxes up until he got into boxing and style of martial art and all that type of stuff. And yeah, no, I just think that the world's full of a lot of fucking haters, and I think that he's a light over them. So
Yeah.
usually when you get haters, that means that you're amazing. That's when the haters come out.
Yeah.
Once that's when they come out. So that's what we think of him. What do you think of him? You got to hop on a panel with this sometime.
Definitely.
Same with you, Shred. I thought he was all right, but I think he's posing, but whatever. He's not
That's
posing.
part of his act.
He's not
Yeah.
posing. He's doing what Ozzy told him to do. That's not posing. That's honoring someone's dying wish.
Right. Right.
You know?
He's very, very good for these kids nowadays to keep up with that kind of music.
He didn't ask for it. He was already friends with Kelly. And it wasn't like, go get your dad here. He goes, "Kelly, will you run me over?" And then Kelly just happened to say, "Here, all my parents do it." And then they just, hit it off. So, yeah, no, not posing. I don't think, though, at all. He's posing in the sense that he's doing, though, what he was basically told to do from a man that was a man's dying wish when he gave him the necklace, and he didn't mean carry the torch, like sound like Ozzy Osbourne. He's being like rock and roll, keep it going.
Right. Conquer America. That's what he told him. Conquer America.
Conquer America. Exactly.
I don't think he meant anything by it.
I just wish he'd lose the auto tune. I didn't know. I don't know if he does. I don't know like that. He didn't do that. I mean, his performance at Back to the Beginning was unbelievable.
Yeah.
When he sang Changes. I think he does sometimes. I like that idea. A panel would be sweet. Absolutely. That's why that's what this show's for. I mean, he's still learning. Yeah, he's not posing, man. He's just doing what Ozzy asked him to do. And I don't know if you like what would you rather, someone not like out there saluting the flag for rock and roll, like meeting in the, even though rock and roll is still going on, but I'm talking like commercially, it's always good when at least someone though can at least do that, because even if you don't like him, it'll remind you, rock and roll is still there, booming, and make other people dig into other rock and roll and stuff. So it's just good having that rock and roll presence there. You know what I mean, Gina?
Yeah, I'm not so much in the metal scene so much anymore because I've branched out into a lot of other genres at the moment. But I don't see a lot of. I see the metal as an old thing now. They're all old timers. There's not a lot of young metal people out there anymore. You got Slipknot.
There are some underground. There's underground, but but I'm telling you though, listen, you could find kids playing you could find a grunge scene, you could find a black metal scene, you could find they're all like trying. I understand, like, we're not that though, but there are great who's on the Dimension Night that he does with one guy from Tokyo or whatever. They're freaking incredible, even though it's metal. It's a lot of instrumental now. Because I love instrumental, because I play piano and I write songs and stuff, but I love and I told you my dream is that I'm composing that documentary with Jansen is to be to do film scoring. I don't want my face shown. I'd rather like a show or a movie and music by Loomis. You know what I mean? That's my dream. But that's like I love film score music. I love classical. I listen to a lot of Chopin. I listen to a lot of Beethoven. I listen to a lot of Bach. I listen to a lot of all of it. a lot,
Yep.
especially driving. I always feel like I'm in a different world when I'm listening to that music because everything seems like the fucking Jetsons these days.
Yeah.
And I'm like listening to some classical, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I know I'm 44. I feel like an old head myself. Got the crowd going. LOL. I don't know to make of him yet. I think doesn't have a deep respect for Ozzy. It's that he's so over the top and maybe he tries just a bit too hard, but he's deaf, unique, and will help rock. Yeah, like there is though that sense of the overwhelming, overbearing. I understand what you're saying. Yes. But I think that's because that might be coming out of like I'm not saying insecurity, but intimidation in a way, like, oh shit, now I have to like do this. So yeah. But someone just wrote up there, he's learning. And I think it was Fortress or Shred. And that's it. I mean,
Right.
why am I going to hate on him? I mean, Ozzy, I saw what Ozzy said to him. I'm not going to hate on him. Do I know his music personally and know all this? No. Do I know him from fucking Ozzy? Yeah. And that's my take. I listened to some of his like music and stuff like that, and okay, but it didn't like for me personally, and I'm not putting it down. I'm one human being. It didn't do that much for me, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just one person. So
Right.
I don't know. That's what I think of him. It's hard for me to go against anything that Ozzy says, you know. Because especially it was like his dying though, like we know he's like, you know, that's what Ozzy wanted. So and you know what? He is doing it. He is all over the place. Ozzy told him to go conquer America or go or you know, get into America, do whatever. And he did, and he is. So
he's young. He's just coming out of his shell. He's very brave.
I have no idea about yeah, I don't know where I know he's English. I know that. I just don't know much about him. But at first I was like, well, I was on that same like kick, like, what the fuck is this? But then when I found out the story about I didn't know he was friends with Kelsey. That's why people assume and they jump the gun. This is what we're always talking about. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He was friends with Kelly. He asked her to run him over. She's like, how about I have my parents do it instead? Who the fuck isn't going to say no to that? And you know, when you're trying to make it up the music world, and it just so happened, and Ozzy collaborated with a lot of people, but he took a liking to this kid, and that's that. So all I could do is just say, hey, I don't wish ill on him. I hope he does well. I just keep it positive. Positive mindset's always better. My ex-girlfriend listened to him. Oh, that's why Shred. That's why Shred. I'm like, no, well, that's a reason.
That's a pretty good line.
Is he 27 now? Okay.
He is young. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, 27, though, that's the age, though, where, think about it, where Hendrix and all that. You know, we say young, look how young Jimi Hendrix was. Look how young. I'm not saying he's like those guys. I'm just saying, like Cobain, Hendrix, Joplin, like the 27 Club. You know, it's
way back with Robert Johnson. Yeah.
Like when you look back how young that like 27 really is. It's so young. So young, man. And Randy,
you remember how that started, right?
Randy died at 25, which is like,
right.
But what's that?
The first initial guy that started that 27 Club. That was a very interesting story to watch.
Say that one more time. I apologize. I was reading. Go ahead.
There was there's the original, I think his name was Johnson. He's a African American gentleman way back in the day. He started the 27 Club. Supposedly, he didn't know how to play guitar and he came back shredding, and people said he sold his soul to the devil.
Oh, you're talking about Crossroads. Yeah, you're talking about Crossroads. Yeah.
And
then they made that movie too, and Steve Vai's in it, and Ralph Macchio from the Karate Kid is in it. And speaking of Steve Vai, and I'll be dropping this, but I'm doing a little like mini documentary on what I believe is Ozzy's most underrated album. But Steve Vai wrote a lot with him before this album, before it went over to getting Zach in the studio. And then Zach did a tour with him on Osmosis. John Holmes did, and Joe Holmes, excuse me. And Joe Holmes was a student of Randy Rhoads. And that's who toured with him in Trujillo on bass, because Geezer is on bass on Osmosis. And those bass lines, Perry Mason, bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Wait till we get to that album. That's me. Like it's Blizzard and Diary. They're just like mixed for me, and then Osmosis for me. I just love Osmosis. I don't know what it is. I fucking love it. I love it. I love I love it all. But I'm just saying that album is just, I think it's a masterpiece. And like songs like Old LA Tonight on the piano and See You on the Other Side, I Just Want You, Perry Mason, Thunder Underground, My Little Man, with co-written by Steve Vai. And I mean, there's 8 incredible songs, and it has 2 bonus tracks. And one of the songs is Amy, for his daughter Amy. She's the one that didn't want to be in the spotlight. I give her credit. She never wanted to be in the spotlight or nothing like that around the Osbournes, Amy Osbourne.
Yeah, I do too.
And she was a singer and stuff, and she never tried taking advantage of that. Like she's very independent.
Still to this day, she's not like that. I got to turn my fan off.
Somebody dying in there. Oh, yeah, you're in California. You're in California. Is it hot there?
Actually, I'm on the mountain in Arrowhead, so it's cold. We got some rain coming, so it's been really cold all day. Cold and windy.
Yeah, it was long sleeve weather here today. I mean, I'm in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, so East Coast as it gets, right by New York and
California snows. The California snow is nothing like what you guys have.
Oh, no. It's going to be disgusting here soon with sleet and ice, and it's going to look gray, but I get a kick when people bitch about it every year. Like they'll put a Facebook post up like, "Oh, the snow." I'm like, "You fucking lived here for 8 years. Like, don't you know it's coming? Shut up."
I've lived here 4, and I'm 56, and I'm out there shoveling snow just like every other schmo. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
That's like what's on your mind on Facebook. It's snowing out. I lived here for 50 years. Like, you know, this happens every year. Like thank God that they put that post up, because I wouldn't have known it snowed. Thank God. Anyway,
you're so funny. First year I moved here, we got snowed in for 10 days. We couldn't get up or down the mountain. We couldn't get our car out of the driveway. No one can go to the store. People were dying on the mountain. It was bad. Yeah. They called it Snowmageddon. It was that bad. And we got pummeled for 10 days straight. No snowplows were running. The whole highway up and down the mountain was closed. My daughter started having seizures right then, so I couldn't get her down the mountain. It was a crazy, crazy winter. That if I lived through that and I did that, I figure I can do anything. So, you know.
So then but plus you're not really used to snow. Like snow for me, like I'm so used to it. Like I could that's why when I moved to Florida right out of high school, I missed the seasons. Even though I left here with inches of snow on the ground, I got in a plane first time I flew. I remember it was like right after 9/11. I flew to Florida, and then I was like, holy shit, palm trees, sunny, this and that. But then I just ended up missing the seasons. I guess it's in my blood. I think, you know, mountains and all that. All right, what do we got? I hope rock bands continue going. Some are starting to hang up their hats. And it's so depressing. Megadeth is. So I guess we do need new rock to continue what the great had started. Listen, Jansen said something very good on that show. And this one's in the video section too, folks, with my best friend in the world and probably best musician I know, Jansen Harris. He said it though best. He goes, you know, I kind of like those seeing that Megadeth those stuff because it's giving other people opportunities to come in. How about Ozzy? He always gave. How many bands did he bring in? Nobody does that. No other bands really do that. How many bands did Ozzy Osbourne bring into the world? Like, that's incredible. It's usually like, okay, I'm here. Boom. Let me keep my spot. He brought Metallica, and people were like arguably saying, like, shit, man, Master of Puppet Stores, whatever. Like, he didn't have that ego. He just wanted to help. Like, I don't know. A lot of people owe their careers to that man. A lot.
I have to say, I went to that concert. Metallica blew him away, but in a whole different way. They were both
it was
great.
A shock value way, like who the fuck is this probably way,
right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
insane. It was just more like
in a different way.
It was like, who the fuck is this? I get that. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was all new. That was all new. And then they were heavy and hard and fast.
Well, and that was with
And,
Cliff
you know,
Burton. Cliff Burton was with him.
right. That's a
So
couple
you
months
saw him. I
before.
mean, you saw them at their prime.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love Newstead and stuff, and I loved when Newstead came over to Ozzy, but then the ATV accident happened. But I just think, that was '86 Master of Puppets tour,
Yeah.
and Ozzy, I believe, was doing the Ultimate Sin, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken, at that time,
Yeah.
and which is enough. So you got to see Jake live, which is cool.
Right. Right.
I love Jake E. Lee.
And Tommy, I believe, was Tommy.
I also think Ozzy saw a bit of himself in Youngblood, like with struggling, growing up, trying to find. Yeah, but I'm going to, with his life, make a difference in the world and just make music. Yeah, but I was thinking that, but even Youngblood even admitted, though, and I give him props. He said to people, he goes, listen, I admit I grew up middle class. I grew up this and that. Like Ozzy came from fucking dirt.
Right.
Dirt.
Right.
Literally had to fucking take a shit outside and wipe with toilet. I just put the short up with toilet paper and fucking didn't even have soap back and water back in those days. Like,
Right.
dirt. So yeah, I'm sure maybe he saw like, the rock and roll passion and all that. But I mean, coming from Birmingham, where he came from, is just a different animal. I mean, and that's not putting down Youngblood. That's just facts.
Yeah.
Youngblood grew up middle class. Self-admitted though. Youngblood doesn't act like he grew up struggling. He admits. He
No.
says, I grew up.
He's never said a bad word about anybody, no matter what anyone has said about him in the reviews and everything, and all the rock stars. He's never had a bad thing to say. Back when
Yeah,
Metallica had their edge. Yeah.
Carmageddon in the summer, Armageddon in the winter, Armageddon in the winter. Van Halen. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that Black Sabbath brought Van Halen on the tour. That's when Ozzy got lost in the hotel room, if you know that story, and he slept through the gig. That was like one of like his last things. Back when Metallica had their edge. Yep, that was during the excuse me.
Yeah.
That was during yeah, well, I think Justice for All is incredible. I just don't like how they didn't fucking put the bass on it though, because they're grieving for Clint.
Yeah.
So there's something called Adjacent for All though that you can listen to though, which is good, but that someone made. And but I love Newstead's backing vocals too, all that stuff though. So he was good.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, I can't even begin to count how many bands have major influence when they begin to music. There will just never be. And listen, she makes a great point. I'm going to star that comment because remember when I said so many bands owe their careers to him. Now I was talking about how he let at Ozfest, how he let all those bands get exposure with Metal, but also those bands wouldn't even exist though without him, and they wouldn't have even played though without Sabbath and like those type of influences and stuff. And that's what she's saying though there. And that's everyone who doesn't even have a huge music career. If you just love playing music like I do, you know what I mean? And I'm putting a score to a documentary together. I have a great opportunity going. That never would happen though if it wasn't for him, for me. So she's right, 100%. Besides that, he also wasn't like, oh no, don't bring this band. No, who else does that? Nobody would do that because they want to look like Top Dog or whatever. Ozzy didn't care. Bring all the bands. And then at Ozfest, he didn't care. Even when the biggest bands had System of a Down at the time, because Jack Osbourne's responsible for a lot of the bands at Ozfest. You got to give him that. But even when they were blowing up, that's what's so amazing about Ozzy though too, is he never changed his sound, and he lasted though 53, 54, 55 years of just his constant sound. No matter what genre grunge was going on, that's when No More Tears came out and Osmosis and stuff, and people were still loving it. He didn't veer, and he even says, I don't like listening to certain music because I end up going. He did say he likes Nirvana, but he said though, it's unbelievable to stay that, because listen, it's one thing to make it, but to stay relevant that long, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Right.
No bass at all. There he is, Dave Lopez, diehard Metallica. I got into writing because of Ozzy and Metallica. My man. Shame too. Newstead is a hell of a good musician. Kilo, yes. Yeah, you know what we're going to do anymore for these lives, though? I think instead of just breaking down every album, because it's hard, because I'll always talk to the chat. That's what the lives are for anyone who wants to come in with us, anyone in the chat. It's hard to just stick with one topic with lives because, you know, you answer people's questions and it, you know, you're going to jump other places. And I probably would just normally be doing that too. And not to mention, though, it's still fresh what happened though to him. So, but yeah, our whole point though about this episode is Blizzard of Ozz though is the one though that started it, and that's why this episode's special though for the first one though of this series, because we are though going to get into breaking down after this one. Like what we'll do, Gina, next time is we'll come on, say our lows, and anyone else though out there, if anyone wants to, you know, join us for an album, you're more than welcome. We'll say our lows, and then we'll be like, guys, ladies, write your comments. And then for like 20, 25 minutes to a half hour, we'll give our take like I did the other night. And then we'll go into the live. That's how we'll do it.
That's a better way. I agree.
Because when people see it the next day, they're going to be like, well, wait, I thought this was about, but
I don't think really
anyone who's thinking that right now, come join us Monday night at the lives. Hit subscribe. Right. This channel's going to keep growing and growing. And when I croak, I'm passing it on to somebody else. It's not monetized. It's just for diehard Ozzy fans, Sabbath fans, all that. Just come on in.
Yeah.
Blizzard was an iconic and always will be. Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you have that and Diary of a Madman back to back and with Randy Rhoads, and I love what he said at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I got that one's next to me. Should I get my long black hair back, Gina?
I love that. You look like his twin, man.
Said, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, when he said, and by the way, you're watching Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute Live. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends, share, and come join the community and fucking come on the show. Anyway, so with all that though said, though, he shit, what were we just talking about? An album. We were talking about Blizzard, she said, is iconic. And then I was going to, the Diary. I was going to go, I was about to say something else, and I lost my train of thought when I went to that little plug.
Shit, and I lost. Yeah.
Subscribe. I mean, people are going to subscribe if you like it or not, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. By Randy right there.
Let me tell you a story about that real quick, my friend. So that mausoleum is there because they grew up in Burbank. Randy and Musonia, the music school, was in Burbank, and that's where they lived. His grandparents, his grandfather lived in San Bernardino, and he was a doctor there. And there, in that picture, you're going to see a photo of a hospital behind that St. Bernardine Hospital. That's
no, you're not though. I only have this one up because I had to make room for the others. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I have another one. I'll show you. But anyways,
no, I have it. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's his grandfather was a doctor there and founded his practice there, and he died young at like 50 something. And Randy's mom started the music business. She had it built when she was 20 years old. And that's kind of how things went. The reason he's there is because the zoning in Burbank would not allow them to make the mausoleum, because every time she'd go see his grave and he was up in the wall, someone was taking his plaque, and she got sick and tired of it. So Kathy's husband designed that mausoleum for Randy Rhoads.
And Ozzy did the benefit concert for it.
Right. And those gates are not iron. They're not wrought iron. Those are steel. Those are stainless steel gates. Ain't no one getting in there.
No. And I like how it looks like it looks like Russell Buffalino's like, do I know? Like it looks like a mafia, like, you know, boss type, like mausoleum. Yeah. But Randy deserves that though. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if anyone does, and people were like, you know, I guess they were like writing stuff on his old one or whatever. And then Ozzy, there's an interview with Ozzy, A Coffee with Ozzy, it's called. And he's telling the guy, and he's like, yeah, there was a plaque there for him, and people are just doing stuff. So he wanted to do a benefit concert for them to do that. And yes, you're correct. And then he designed it though. And then, and why do they always say Santa Monica though? Is that because that's like where?
That's closer to Burbank.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they say that's out because Quiet Riot, though, usually is out of there.
I
No,
don't
because
know.
Quiet Riot's out of Burbank, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because if him and Kelly were best friends in junior high, not me,
right.
not his, I
Burbank.
mean, it's not his brother, me and Kelly from Quiet Riot,
Right, right,
Kelly
right.
Garner.
And Janessa, no, you did not derail this whole live. You
No,
did a
I
good
was just gonna
job.
tell her that, like, you
Yeah,
actually made it better. We want people to jump in. You don't have
that's
to be
right.
alive at all. I love seeing new fans jump in. Kelly
It's
Garner,
just kind
Eagle from Dirty Faces, though. You guys should definitely go check that out.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Um, this gentleman, though, right here, though, I mean, we owe him everything, though, from Slaughter, Dana Strum. He's the one, though, that introduced Randy to Ozzy.
Right.
And plus Randy's mother, though, did convince Randy to go. And I love the story, like, like they got him like a bunch of like sweaters and stuff like that. And he didn't like travel and knowing stuff, but he wasn't just gonna leave. He said he was gonna do studio work, but he just didn't want to tour and stuff
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah.
And because why? Because he didn't care about status, he didn't care about fame. He was a musician's musician.
And he
And
was a mama's boy. He
that
was a true mama's boy. His mama loved him and he loved his mama. And
I
that's,
love his family, absolutely. That's why he
yeah,
didn't want to tour. He wanted to be home,
right,
and I can understand. Plus, though, he loved though giving like lessons too, and like he loved doing that. And he didn't come back, like like if he was like back though there or whatever, though, his personality, he would be like, yeah, I'm Randy Rhoads with Ozzy. Lessons now are 5,000. No, he would
yeah,
still do the same. Like he had no ego and for that age, though. That's what
yeah,
impresses me most because usually you got to learn. Usually you got to fuck up and then learn about life. He had it down like pat, like in a way, like like mean and like I don't know how I'd be able to handle that. I'd be dead, probably. Like
not
that's
upset.
yeah.
At that
But
age, I was already fucking up.
guess what he was doing though? When Ozzy and all them were partying, he was at a bus like with some like Hungarian guy in some state getting a guitar lesson, learning different like he was
Right,
learning like
right,
unbelievable. Like
right,
the dedication is just he's a musician's musician. Imagine if he was still here and he's just still trying to learn and this and that. And he doesn't just play just everyone thinks he's a classical guitar. No, he wanted to go get his classical though degree. Yes, he put classical. Obviously, you could hear the classical in those two albums, but
right.
he could do it all. Randy could do it all.
Well, hey,
Mrs.
Fortress's
Rhodes,
Shred. Yeah,
yes,
I have a
her
picture
spot's
of
great.
Mrs. Rhodes, um, as well as Randy's name there. So I'll go ahead and post that tomorrow.
Mountain View Cemetery. Yeah, it's right down the road from Gina.
Uh-huh.
In San Bernardino. Janessa, yeah, Janessa, you did not ruin a life. Anyone new comes in here and says whatever, blah blah blah. That's great. Who supports because yous are welcome on too, and all you got to do is subscribe. That's the thing. And then when I say join the community, like most channels, like join the community, it's fucking free. You hit the visit
Right.
community button and you post. There's no money at
Just
all.
press a button. It's that easy.
No
And yes,
commercials. You don't need premium. None of that. I could already monetize
no,
the channel if I want to, and I never
right,
would.
right.
Never would. I
And
really
Randy
would.
was extremely obsessed with trains. And they weren't just trains. They were the smallest miniature trains that you could find.
Yeah, she's a
The
Randy freak. She knows her Randy. I know.
itty
And
bitty 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 ones. Yeah.
listen, though, but you got to read though. Get Rudy's book and also get. I'm
Okay.
telling you, get Kelly's book though, right here though.
Yeah.
Because they actually were together since junior high,
Right.
and he was his best friend until all the way. Even though he left Quiet Riot a year prior than Randy. Randy left
Hmm.
in '79. Kelly left in '78. And that's Randy saw the downfall of that coming, like I said earlier, and that so he took the opportunity with Ozzy after his mom was like, go for it. And
Right.
this guy here, that book right there, if you can get your fingers on that, definitely check it out. It's a great fucking read, and
Okay.
it's from the band that intimately knew fucking like Randy since junior high.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, and then we got right there.
Right.
Dana from Slaughter who introduced them, and then the original band right there.
Yeah.
Then you got the foreign band, and there was a lot of legality stuff. But can I just say one thing about Sharon Osbourne? Though And I'm not saying it's good, but listen, business is business. But I'm just gonna give her one shrewd business move that she did. This is shrewd, no, smart. But that's why people are like, with Daisley and them, Bob Daisley and them, like, were suing though for writing credits though. And so what happened though was Sharon though had the albums though re-recorded like with Robert Trujillo on them and all of them. So then this way, then the case still got thrown though right out. And that's like a brilliant business strategy, but at the same time though, it's like I could see why people and them would be like, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. But here's what people have to understand about the music business. It's dog eat dog. Same with the movie making business, because I know it from what we're doing now with the documentary. It's dog eat fucking dog, and you have to know what you're signing. And at the end of the day, you have to know what you're signing. And people be like, yeah, but they're taking advantage of whatever they're taking. Listen, they're people read over that they're welcome to get someone to look over their stuff and sign it and whatever.
I'm sure they were paid handsomely for the job that they did. I don't think royalties. Well, that's a whole other issue, but I'm sure they were paid very well. I don't think they really had to go that far.
Well, yeah, but no, but there's channels out there and people out there who say it though, like with Jake and with Daisley and stuff. And then I don't know. Then you got a guy that like Zach Wilder who's like, I don't give a fuck if I get paid $1. I just want to fucking do it. I just want to whatever. And it's not even they we have to bring it up because we're talking about the album though. There was like lawsuits though, like involved though, and stuff though, like that for writing though, credits and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, this channel isn't trying to get down to the negative politics of that. And with all of that, it's just what happened. Same thing like with Mustaine and Metallica, make it what happened, happened. And we just talk about the stuff that's out there that's positive and remembering Ozzy Osbourne and keep it in a positive light. I know all about that stuff and all that shit, but that's not what this channel though is about.
We don't want to bring that up. Hey, by the way, Vaz just came in the house. I saw him.
There he is, Vaz. I brought you up earlier. Where you at? Hey, didn't realize you guys were live. Well, yeah, buddy, it's Monday night.
Every Monday.
7 p.m. Eastern. You know it. And Janessa, don't forget to watch yesterday's video. You'll get a better understanding. It's called, what the hell? Oh, No Escape From Now. Ozzy Osbourne, No Escape From Now, a true fan's take. And it's, what is it? Actually, you know what? I'll throw it in the comment section so people could. Oh, wow. Look at 2 away from 2,000 subscribers, too. Thank you.
Almost there, bud.
Let's get 2,000 people in here to talk.
Yeah. Fortress of Shed says, I never felt bad for shitty contracts. I don't sign shit I don't agree with. If they want it, they'll fold. And he's right.
Yeah, and that whole thing though is wait, is this video's my take? Yeah. Hold on, let me just share, copy link, and then I have a bunch of them there. Janessa, Ozzy Osbourne having like talking the same as shit. My buddy with Jansen, we miss you, Ozzy. Me fucking smashing Roger Waters, 2 of them doing that, and then the one I actually made the night he died. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, the man who changed my life. I made that the night he died, but then there's some shorts from before that, like 2 days before he passed. But let me just get this copied. Copy link. Now, where do I find the live? Up there we are. Why can I get in it? Hold on. Sorry. Oops.
You okay?
Gina, you could keep rolling, babe.
Okay.
Here we are. All right. Gina, you could keep rolling, babe.
Okay.
Here we are. All right.
I really want.
You could keep rolling, babe.
Okay.
Here we are. All right.
I really want.
Got it.
Want more people in this room. That'd be so nice.
No, they're coming in though. It takes time, but more people, new people are coming. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Dave. And there's
Yeah,
the link. Oh, here's the link, Janessa. I love that
there you
name,
go.
Janessa. I thought
Yeah,
it was, what did I call her before? Janessa. Oh, I forget. But Janessa, that's the link. And that's the link for everyone. If you don't mind, check that out. Give it a like or a dislike if you don't like it, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Even though it's like, I don't give anything away on the documentaries. It's more just me talking about like my life and like what Ozzy means to me and stuff like that. And it's edited up nice. And the music is for me and my buddy AJ. I think that you'll enjoy it. And what Janessa was saying, if you're a diehard fan, you'll definitely enjoy it. But check it out, folks. I appreciate it. I think you'll like it though a lot. And that's a true fan's take from No Escape From Now, Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah,
But yeah, and that how about I didn't even realize though the Coming Home documentary was on YouTube that whole fucking time, but it worked out perfect timing for me though.
yeah,
And then it's impossible though to just talk about No Escape From Now when you see both of them because they're so blended into your mind. You know what I mean?
right. I had the same problem.
All right, so where are we at? Look at this, we're already over 2 hours here.
Yeah,
That's because people coming in. The people are the one that keep it going. Business in a nutshell. One guy trying to screw another person before they screw them.
yeah. Unfortunately, that's the way the world is.
I absolutely plan on it. What's that? Coming on? Come on.
I hope.
Oh, well, no, watching the show. Got you. Thank you. Kerslake's health. Yeah, he was the drummer before Aldridge. Went bad on him. He could still play, but he had trouble walking and packed on a lot of weight.
Yeah, he did. He
Yep.
did.
Yep. I got him right here. That with the there he is right there.
Yeah.
Next to Oz and Randy. And then that was Dan, that's Daisley. And then that's the Aldridge Rhodes, Osborne, and Sarzo.
Yeah.
I know something about Rudy Sarzo. Great guy. I'd love to interview him, get him on here.
I think he'd do it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. And plus, though, the way that I do pre-recorded shows and edit them up and stuff like that, I make it like a mini doc. Like I
Yeah.
take so much time doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad I found you. We're happy we found you too, Janessa.
Every Monday, come back.
Every Monday, come back. And then, if you hit subscribe and ring
Thanks,
the bell every time. I go live sometimes. Like I'll do a Friday night live sometimes. But this one's like the main scheduled one. And then during the week, sometimes I might pop up, like sometimes I get bored, like on the weekend or whenever I have time, I'll pop up and do one. But I'm working on pre-recorded though videos that I'm dropping now too as well, like I did yesterday, and I think there's 7 of them up now. But I'm going to be doing them as well, and I drop just shorts of Ozzy as well every day.
But for sure, every Monday. We're here every Monday.
Welcome to the Iron. Oh yeah, and the name of our community is the Iron Void community, because I'm sure you know that's the first Ozzy fucking scraped that into his home in the brick. He's like, I was thinking of band names, and he put Iron Void. So our community's called Iron Void. Where do you know? We're the Iron Void Army. So come on in. And we're all about positivity and great people coming in, having a good time. We don't judge. We just want to talk to great people, celebrate the life of Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and that music. And that's what this channel is all about. I never say I, because I host some. I made this channel, but it's not mine. It's not a monetized thing. It's not a money thing. It's just for the fans. And I want it to be, I want it to be like the ultimate fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Why? Because I want to talk to some real, the more people like Rick from his channel, he's got a huge channel, but the more people though that, subscribe and numbers, the better chance though that I could get people like Rudy on and get people like Zach on. See, my world's like in the, what do you call, like I know like a lot of like movie type actors and stuff like that. I know musicians, but I'm talking about Ozzy's musicians. I don't know. I never met any. I met Ozzy and I met Zach Wild. They're the only 2 I ever met. So like I personally don't know them. I know Kathy. I know Randy's sister, but other than that, so the more support for this channel, the better interviews that'll get dropped from these people, and it really helps. And any one of yous are welcome on. That's why do you think Gina's sitting there right now? I didn't know Gina from freaking Adam, and she said she was the first one to because I love when people I absolutely, what's that scroll on the bottom? I didn't mean to hit that one. Hold on. I love when I wake up and I see someone posted in the community, like Victrola Lady, you, Gina, La Senorita, like when they post a picture of Ozzy and like they say something about it. Like, I love that shit because it's just, I want everyone involved, not just me. And I sincerely mean that, like sincerely. So that's what it's all
get
about.
Vanessa on board. I think that would make complete more,
Absolutely. And it's open for all. It's always a great show, Dave. Great show. Thank you, Dave. Check out yesterday's, Dave. If you didn't see that one, check that one out. That's my buddy Dave from Arizona. I think you'll enjoy that. Dave, I got the new here. I'll give you the look because you know me. I got the new green screen. 1 second. Let me show him. I got the green screen's gone. So I got the pads up now. And that thing changes lights. I did red though for Blizzard of Ozz, but I just wanted to show you. He knows me from the older channel, so I just wanted to show him the new studio look. And then I got the camera there, the light though there, and that's pretty much still it. Got another camera rolling too, Gina. You get a dummy battery. And that's what I'm going to get. And you could use because I have a professional like type, that you could use for movies and stuff, cameras, which we've been for our documentary. And you could get a dummy battery and use that as your webcam. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You can't see this thing. That's right. Because you're looking out of the dot from the laptop. But right now, this thing I'm swirling around this is a Logitech Pro 4K. They're very nice webcam. They're good. You just plug them in, boom. But I mean, you look fine there.
I've got to get that light next. My son's going to start hooking me up with stuff.
You turn off your overhead light and just put on a little light. You could even get one of these. You freaking plug it in. Watch this. Oh no, then I'm going to unplug my mic. Anyway,
no, don't.
Inside of a computer, and then right here, a light just shines up on your face or any type of light, and then you just turn the overhead light off. Because the overhead light is always what'll make it. And they're at Walmart. You can get. I'm talking to even a small one that you just set up right by you.
Right.
You put it on light. They're like $15.
Yeah.
It's just about worth the money. I get
it. Yeah. Just to get down the mountain, it's an hour round trip just to go.
Welcome to the family, Janessa. Well, we judge when you start playing with buttons and mess up the live, Loomis. No, I didn't mess up this live though. I didn't mess up. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I've been doing good with the pictures. I mean, for a show, for a live show, the editing on it's not terrible. You know what
fucking Vaz.
Look, I got stuff moving. Look, I got stuff moving around. This is a live show. It's not easy to do. I got Bill Wartock.
I thought it was great. I thought it was just right on.
I got Bill talking. I got I got the editing's not terrible for a live. But now if you go watch one of my real videos where I can actually edit, it's, this is real time right now.
Right.
Gina, the funniest though, sometimes I'll wake up though and some people will comment and I don't mind. It's great, but they'll be like, yo, yeah. Like they'll be like, they think it's live. I'm saying afterwards.
Yeah. I think that's kind of cute.
This is true, but still not. You mostly just do it with Mind Over Madness. You're usually pretty good here. Mind Over Madness, that's tomorrow. No, the reason why I'm good though here now is because I took it up to the Geek Squad. They cleared everything out. Shit was popping up and my mic kept getting muted. Yeah. Mr. Crowley. Don't even get me started. I'll be on the piano right behind you, freaking blaring it. I already played that. I'll end the show with that when we end it. It's me playing it with like clips of Ozzy. That's the first. That's the. I mean, with that, this album, without this fucking album, I wouldn't even. I would not play any fucking music whatsoever for that man right there. That's right there, Ozzy fucking Osbourne. Look at that. And the lake that she had made for him and everything, and he wanted to be buried in England. God bless him. And this channel, folks, again, is called Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. And this is for the real diehards, not just like, no, fucking diehard fucking Ozzy fans that want to come in and talk and have great memories and great talks. And the more people, too, that we get, hopefully, you know, we could get some great interviews, though, lined up on here as well. Yeah. Actually, I interviewed you. So, like, whenever someone comes on, it's funny. Someone new jumps in, like, we'll do like a short. I'll be like, all right, tell me about yourself. Not to make anyone nervous, but I don't know. I like interviewing anybody, not just people with a Wikipedia page that are famous. We all bleed red. We're all human at the end of the day. I'm just saying it would be nice, though, to get like a Rudy Sarzo or someone like on like the channel to give his take.
Agree.
I think, though, I just think with the way that I talk to and some questions that I have, I think it would go well. Because I saw him on one channel and I was like, it was like this bluish thing, and I was like, you know, the host is great and all, but I'm just saying, I want to fucking talk to Rudy Sarzo, all right?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, Iron Void Army. Rudy Sarzo. Come on, Rudy. We love you, buddy. Great book, though, too. Great book. Okay. Is up there with Ozzy is up there with Lemmy and Randy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And how about Lemmy went 17 days after his last show? And Ozzy was saying that a lot. Like, well, Lemmy helped Ozzy a lot. Like, my mom coming home, he helped with that. That's a great story. Ozzy was trying to figure out, though, a chorus, though, part, though, for it, because he had the whole idea, the whole theme, the song was going on. A little bit of it, those written. They show up at the Rainbow. They give Lemmy writes it. He's playing his game at the Rainbow. He writes it down on a freaking napkin. Boom. Like, that's just how Lemmy was. Then back to his game. Like, you could have walked in the Rainbow at any time. Do I still have the when I was out there? Oh, why did I get rid of it? No. Well, that's Ozzy's house when I was there. Where is the no?
I remember that.
Yeah, it's the mural of Lemmy on the side. There's some great pics, though. That was the first one I did. There's a great pic right there.
Yeah.
Seeing that. I love this one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, because they grew like, when Ozzy went solo, they kind of like had their battles back and forth. And then they ended up becoming like the bestest of friends ever. And even Ozzy does say, I mean, Randy's great. They're all fantastic, but he's like, there's something with American guys that play faster. He was telling Billy Morrison on the Madhouse Chronicle podcast. He's like, but Tony Iommi is fucking like, you could get anyone to try to imitate Tony Iommi. Nobody could sound like him. Yeah. It's just, and that's the same like with a David Gilmour. It's their fingers, it's their tone, the way how they just play, and he's unbelievable. I love Iommi, the riff master.
Yeah.
That's Hellraiser, classic. Hellraiser's great. Hellraiser. I don't think I've heard that. That is on this here, buddy. Just go to your YouTube and you should listen to the whole album. That's on Ultimate Sin. Before you get on that, though, jump on. Oh no, wait. I had to move Bark at the Moon out of here to make room. I think tonight. Up there she is, Bark at the Moon. We'll get to all of them. Diaries next. Wait,
that's his son on that picture, right?
Yep. Right here.
I didn't know that. I had no idea that was Louis.
Do you know that that's actually really his X-ray beam and all that right there?
Is it really?
Yep.
That is badass.
Yep. That's what they did for that album cover. And that didn't come out till 2000. I want to say, was it 1 or 2? Because Osmosis was before that. And that was Osmosis. So No More Tears came out, and the tour is called No More Tours. And that's Live and Loud. Great, great live album with Mike Inez from Allison, Mike Inez on bass. You have Randy Castillo, got R.I.P. to Randy, great drummer. He's on drums. Zach on guitar, Ozzy singing, and John Sinclair on keyboards. Unbelievable. Just the sound of it. And the organ and Crowley and that is just so creepy. I love it. Let me see your fucking cigarette lighters. And then when it goes into No More Tears, he says it again without fucking. He's like, let me see your cigarette.
I just said that to my husband this morning. I said, remember the day when we just had cigarette lighters? I mean,
I
God,
know
can
it's
you
this.
imagine if we had cell phones back then? My God, how much footage we'd have, you
Yeah,
know?
but I don't do that though. Me, okay, I'll get a little clip, but I want to enjoy the show.
Yeah, I don't do it either.
I want to
Yeah,
enjoy. I'll do like a little, like, okay, I definitely want a little remembrance clip. I'll
that's
put this
still
up.
pictures, but I don't like
Yeah,
to
but
record
like
music.
for the whole no, I want to be. I want to live. I want to be there. I want to be in the moment. You
Right.
know, and it's funny though, because he used to always say that. Let me see your cigarette lighters.
Right.
I love that. Now it's let me see your Nokia phones. Like, like what the
These
fuck is
fucking
going
kids
on?
nowadays,
Rock
they
and
have
roll
no
cigarette
clue.
lighters. Come on,
Yeah,
people.
they kind of went hand in hand.
Well, yeah, even this thing, like I'm sucking robot cock here. Like, what am I doing? It is vape. Sorry, excuse my
Uh,
language.
as I'm smoking
I get off
my
all the bad
cigarette.
booze, drugs that almost killed me, and I freaking am sucking on robot cock. That's gonna still kill me. Makes no sense.
Well,
Doesn't even give me a buzz, Gina. Stupid. Stupid.
it's hand to mouth. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just you got to find something to replace that. Sunflower seeds.
I
I
like
don't know.
toothpicks. Toothpicks
Yeah,
help at times.
my grandpa used to chew on coffee stirs. Those little red plastic coffee stirring
I know.
things.
Yeah, with the little thing on the edge there. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to chew on those to help him quit.
No,
Oh
absolutely.
God, that
Yeah.
that picture kills me.
I know. Look at that. It's a beautiful flower arrangement, though. I mean, that's the most beautiful flower arrangement I ever seen in my life. And the fact that she had that house did what broke my heart the most.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that he was only out there for a little bit. Like he got out there in July, and
22 days. Yeah,
she made this for him, and she even saying it's for. And I told you about Sharon. I changed my whole opinion on her. It's not that I was like real nasty on her, but I was like, all right, give the man a rest, this or that. I assumed too much. Without
yeah,
her, like she's amazing. And I said I had to eat my humble pie after
yeah,
watching that. And
yeah,
I'll always admit when I'm wrong. And
yeah.
so check it out though, folks. Ozzy, No Escape from Now is now streaming on it's 2 hours long, unbelievable on Paramount Plus, and then on YouTube, Coming Home. If you just type in Ozzy Osbourne Coming Home, a guy actually has it up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I didn't hit it because of the AI stuff. I didn't know if it was real, and it's real, all right. And it's great. On this channel, we will still be continuing though with doing our weekly though albums and stuff. I also have another video coming that's dropping this week. Most underrated though album I think that you guys are going to enjoy. All edited up with music. I don't just come on and talk about an album. You're going to see it's all like mini documentary, like with my voice. And you might see me here and there talking about it, but it's more like a production. So I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy those. And it's an honor for me to be doing this on this page, and it's an honor that there's almost 2,000 of you that already came on board, and it truly though means the word it shows the love for Ozzy Osbourne, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. I mean, it's growing every day,
Right,
every day.
right. Well, I tell you, I look forward to this every week. Feel so
Yeah, I
bad for
feel so bad
someone.
for Sharon. She was like, "Oh, dude." When I was
Yeah,
showing those scenes yesterday of if you watch that video that I put in the comments there, the last video I put up, like my take, like when you see like she has that, and I know that from my pops, Dave, that like you're smiling and you look away and like you're holding back the tears, feel
yeah,
like just her body language, everything about her, and she was just all whatever Ozzy wants, whatever Ozzy wants, and then she had all the pictures of his father. Remember, he's like, "Who's that?" That short that I put up, I had to put up because I even put another thing up today about his father with the toilet. Like I just can't help it because it's probably because what's going on with me, obviously. But he loved his father, Jack, and without his father, we would not have Oz. I mean, Yeah, he'd be John Osbourne, be alive, but we would not have Ozzy Osbourne, the musician, without his father going into debt and getting him that system. I love when I love when he puts his arm around Sharon. He goes, "I'll tell you one fucking thing. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be sitting in this house right now." Like, and yeah, he loved it. He's like, "I wish he was here to see it and all that." Like, he's like, "I often think about him a lot." And Ozzy was one of us folks that just, when he got money, yeah, of course, he got more expensive clothing and lived in mansions and stuff. But Ozzy never changed or got an ego because of who he was. Like, that's just unbelievable. You never see that. That's why he's so loved, and because he's so honest too. That's why he's so just loved. I know people who don't even listen to his music who love him to death, just because of how endearing and just, and watched even that series with. And I'm so happy for Jack that he did that series with his father. You know, did you ever see it on A&E where they go to different places?
World Detour. Yeah, that was a good one.
Jack is talking about that, and what he said though. I'm objectively, I'm speaking over, not verbatim, but he said something like he was going through, like, I think, like some type of tough time, like divorce, and like he wished he soaked like those moments in more. And my point though is like, well, I mean, you have though, at least though you have that footage though that you could always look back on it and imagine him. Of course, he's gonna feel completely different watching them. That'll bring back. So by him doing that, like, that was amazing. And he said it best. We always think our parents are going to be here. Like, we know in our head that, it's going to happen someday, but like, we don't think about it until it just, and it's tough.
You never know, Loomis. My sister fell asleep 13 years ago, 42 years old. She never woke up. You just don't know,
No, that's why everyone that you talk to, just I'm nice to everyone. Be nice.
Right.
Because you never know.
Right.
You never know. My father's fucking running around being a fucking madman. He's like me, but 30 years older. And all of a sudden, boom, gets diagnosed. Now he's home hospice. So you never know. And I know everyone says that when things like this happen, but I'm telling you, don't take it for granted. What I do to see him walking around in the yard right now, like having a beer. I remember when I'd bring little Ozzy over out back running around, and, but now I just remember I'm grateful though that I had the best dad in the world, and that's how I look at it. So that's Zach Wilde said it best. That's how he looked at it with Ozzy, and he even brought up his father. He's like, it goes back to my old man. Like, same with Ozzy. He's like, I'm grateful that I got to meet them. Of course, you're gonna grieve and be upset, but the silver lining is like, thank God that I got to meet these people, or thank God for us that Ozzy existed and helped us from afar. Probably without even knowing it, because of his insecurities and stuff. Like they always say, like, he helped so many people. They say it only takes one. He helped. He got me off drugs. But I'm gonna be honest. The Dr. Bill didn't give me. Dr. Ozzy got me off of fucking drugs.
Right.
By just quitting, and then I got. That's what. Hold on to anything in the beginning, folks.
Right.
And then after a year or so, I remember I had some type of spiritual awakening or whatever, but no, it was Oz after a detox that I hung out. And this poor guy's going through Parkinson's, trying to fucking get back. And they just announced that in 2020, and he had it all the way back since I think 03 or something like that, or 01. And he announced it in 2020, and this was 2021. So I'm thinking of that. That's what got me. That's what helps me, is like when I think about others, how bad like they're hurting. Like, for example, do I ever think about a drink or a drug? Yeah. But do I act on that? No. Because I'm going to dishonor that man downstairs who's counting on me, who's proud of me for finally getting off that shit. And no, it's not. I could just, no. You got to be a man to deal with it at some point. You got to deal with your emotions at some point. And
it's a switch that kind of goes off, and I saw it happen with my husband as well. I never thought he'd not be an alcoholic.
Yeah, I like how you said not be an alcoholic, because I don't call myself an addict anymore, because I don't agree with, yes, I'm an addict. No, I'm a recovered, like how do they say, recovering addict or whatever. But I'm just presently, I live in the moment. Did my father's sickness taught me, don't look in the past. Don't look, because I always had 1 foot backward, 1 foot forward. And I was like, "Ugh," I couldn't sit still. I used to ask my friends, when you get sober, are you able to watch a movie without taking drugs? Like, could you sit still? And they would be
Yeah.
laughing at me like, is this a real question? And I'm like, yeah, because that's how my mind was, like ping pong, 1 foot forward, 1 foot backwards. But with
Right.
his sickness, instead of being like, how's he going to be in a week or two? Like, Dave, no bell yet, right? I just stayed in the present. Today he's good. Today he's good. And that naturally just made me become in the present. And this is 2 years now since he's been diagnosed, and it made me become in the present. And it just made me a better person too. Like, like being here for him and taking care for him. And I'm just thank God, because if I was out ripping and running and something like that happened, I'd never be able to forgive myself, and I'd be
shit.
Fuck
no
that.
shit.
Fuck
Vaz,
that.
thank you for that. I appreciate that heartfelt note.
Vaz said, yeah, I see that what I put up. And you're right, Gina. I never consider myself an alcoholic because I allowed it. I never struggled with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, here's the thing with me with alcohol. And I used to say I'm not an alcoholic because of this. I never woke up and was like, I need a drink, I need a drink, I need a drink. But once it fucking hit my lips, I couldn't stop until I hit the wall. And not talking 4 days later, 3 8 balls later. Like, that's how I used to party. No joke. Because once that taste that's a form of alcoholism. You get that acquired taste, even though you don't wake up every day and need it. If you drink and you can't stop till boom, that's a form of alcoholism. Because I used to fight with counselors going, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't wake up. I don't need it. This only happens when I do drink, even though it was every day of my life. But still, it only happens when I do drink.
Right.
And then, and I wasn't even a fan of the actual the drunk. I was a fan of when you get a little buzz and you do a line. If this is back in the old days, that was a line of fucking meow, and then that feeling right away, yeah, and you're just yapping away.
Right.
But it
it's
was
like
safe
a counterbalance. It was different back then.
Yeah, it was safe back then. But then I wake up the next day hungover. I need a Xanax, and then I need a freaking Vicodin, and the next thing, ooh, Vicodins, these feel good. And the next thing I know, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, then it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
There's listen, sobriety is the best pill swallowed that takes the longest to kick in. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I have nothing against marijuana at all. I'll never talk bad about that at all because I see it doing a lot of good for people who are real bad. And I don't consider that. But, I'm talking about fentanyl, hardcore drugs, booze, cocaine, all the hard stuff.
I do everything I can not to do pharmaceuticals if I can help it. Every once in a while, I do have to have a Xanax.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's just to calm me down for a second. But that's your prescribed.
That to me it's a joke. I really don't need it. I don't have to have it.
No, but I understand that though. That's your own prescription. That's your own business, and no, that's not you.
Yeah. I got a 25-year-old little girl that she's in.
Are you in a meth den right now? No,
no,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
you're fine. But
bye,
Vaz. Thank you for being here, my man. We appreciate you. I brought you up before you even came on. I was wondering where you're at. Hit the like button on the way out, and let your friends know about us. We wanted to
Loomis 2 hours, 40 minutes. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm keeping you, you can bounce if you want. I'm sorry.
No, I just
not to say I couldn't become dependent. I just try to be careful.
Yeah, see, this was my problem with alcohol. Yeah. I drank. I can't not get sick. Therefore, that's why I said, if you could smoke it, I'd smoke it. But I could never drink right. I could never find the balance and stop. I always did it till I puked, and that was my thing. That's why I never got into it.
No, and I did get into a lot of stuff, but my point though is that it's ugly. It's not worth it. And
no.
It's just so every day, so when you're living that life, it's a 24-hour fucking other job. Life itself is hard enough. Once though you get down to that, forget about it. But if you could beat that, I mean, life, you wake up every day, it's a new adventure. It's not like I used to be afraid, Gina, to fall asleep because then I'd be sick if I didn't have nothing. It's just so bad. But now to be freedom and be with that. And I talked to my best friend Keith, we have this other channel that we talk on, and I just have a good support group of people. I talk to you. This channel helps with talking to everyone. It's just, I love it. And that's what it's all about, is helping each other out, looking out for each other, being supportive, and yeah, being there for one another.
Right.
And
I used to watch my husband every morning with the shakes. I mean, he was the true alcoholic, and he'll admit that. Hey, brother.
yeah, Johnny's like me.
That's my
Johnny's like,
brother.
yeah, if I drink, boom, it's over. You know,
And he didn't just beat someone up. He works out. He's the kind of person, one fucking punch, you're off your feet and you're flat. Bam,
well,
on
did
your
you see?
back.
You saw the old picture of me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my brother. My brother's like that, but he's still
yeah.
doing it. I always
Well,
say,
so he's still beating people up. What are you doing that for, Johnny? Come on.
no, he's a security guard, but
Yeah,
no,
good for you.
he used to. No, he works out
Yeah,
every day.
no, I get
He's a
it.
health nut,
I get it. Same.
just a health nut. Likes to work out, and that's
Same,
his thing. That's
same.
his new high.
I just had my chicken jasmine rice, and I always my Kerrygold butter, and always grass fed, and yeah, same. And my Celtic salt. I'm a health freak as well. Same.
Shit, I think my brother he eats more eggs than a chicken can fucking lay. I swear to God.
I love eggs.
Yeah,
I love eggs. Being an alcoholic is different for many people. Some
true.
need to drink every day, some drink once in a while, but when they drink, it's to an absolute excess. Both can totally exactly. So that's
Yeah,
why there's different forms of alcoholism. See,
right.
in my young, naive, stupid, like I guess I was trying to defend it, being like, I'm not an alcoholic. Look, I'm waking up. Did I drink today? No. Like I don't need it. Like, and I really didn't. Like I didn't physically need it.
Right.
But the second it hit my I could try to wash it down with Mountain Dew, whatever. Uh-uh.
Yeah.
It's something just lit. And yes, that's a form of alcoholism.
Then your mind goes, yeah, yeah.
Exactly right, Janessa. There's definitely two forms of alcohol. There's more forms than that, but I'm saying that. And I used to I used to use that as like a badge of like, no, I'm good.
I always thought I was cool because I never did crack. I would always cook up my own coke. So I thought I was being cool because I could say I never did. I smoke blow, but I don't do crack. Well, what the fuck? It's the same thing.
Hey, the name of the day, it's the Blizzard of Ozz. Blizzard of Ozz. Gotta talk about it at some point. Some snow blind. My eyes are blind, but I'm on high dosages of oxycodone and muscle relaxers because of my severe arthritis. I'll be honest, oxycodone doesn't even work sometimes. That's because
Right.
of your tolerance. However,
Yeah.
I keep going forward. Good for you, Dave.
Yeah.
That's your tolerance. But guess what, though? It is though working without you realizing it. You're just not though feeling that little. I know what you're saying though, but tolerance is going to go up and it stops. But when
It's hard.
it sucks is though. I remember when we used to get the oxys when you could actually shave them off and do them and yeah, whatever. I was bad. We don't need to talk about that.
My husband's almost in the same boat as he is, because he has no choice but to take it because of his situation. I told you about that. He's got that bullet resting on his spine, and there's just no surgeon will take it out. What you say? Oh my God, that's hysterical about the crack.
Did you see me though? If you go back and watch though, when you said that though, I couldn't even. I had to look away. I was fucking dying.
But I was, in my mind, it was cool. I don't know.
I get it. I know. We make those little deals with ourselves in our mind. I know. I relate. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I never smoked crack. I made my own. Like I made
right. Just give me some baking soda and I was fine.
Do you use the penny?
Joke. It was a joke.
All right. I had to shut up. I hate cocaine. I just really like the smell, Vince Neil. Yep. I smoked meth twice. No idea why. I did it like 44 times. I have no idea why. It was dumb.
Yeah.
It was dumb. Actually, the first time, what happened to me, I was at a party and it wasn't meth, it was bath salts. And so I thought it was a line of coke and I did it. And I thought the world was going to end. Like people used to
Oh my
eat
God.
Oh, it was terrible. I don't know if you remember that era where people were like turning into zombies with the bath salts.
Yeah.
The person left, whoever gave it to me, because I was like, that was, oh my God, that experience. I remember walking home. It was like a 40-minute walk, and it was like, just picture like dreary hell. I can't, it was terrible.
Wow.
But then though, I remember the first time though I did what he just brought up, the meth, and I was when you smoke it, because when you smoke crack and you blow out, it's like hallelujah. But with meth, it's not like that. Like, you don't get the ear ringer and all that stuff. So
No.
it's just more but it hits, like, you do they're called a hot rail. You put the
Right.
rail in and boom, and listen to this. All right, this
Now we're getting
is
some.
18 and older show, just so everyone knows. So
Right.
I don't want people to think that we're glorifying or glamorizing drugs.
No, we're just kind of.
If we were, I would be on them right now. All right, and I
Right.
wouldn't be here. So just
Well,
happen
I
to
have
have a lot of knowledge on them though from experience, and I'm not happy about it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to feel like a drug addict looking for weed. Then you're fine, buddy.
I dropped in my bedroom.
if you feel like you were a drug addict looking for weed in your bedroom, no, you have a great state of mind, buddy. Because I was
crack addict.
I smoked off my ceiling. Okay, so you're fine. You're good.
I used to do that to people because I hated that more than anything. The carpet surfers. Oh my God.
Wow.
They acted like they would drop some of their dope or something. Like, seriously, you're so careful with that shit. So I would take the broom on the acoustic ceiling and just go off, and they'd be smoking that shit like left and right.
I totally don't think that at all. I think this is actually pretty entertaining. Oh, okay, no, I know. I don't listen. I can get real raw. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I've been through hell and back. Like, I mean, the last surgery, they're like, listen, pal, you might not have a leg when you wake up. And I mean, that was all the way up to my thigh. So 3 surgeries in 5 days. Thank God I got saved. But yeah, we all have our ugly past and stories and stuff. It's just, we could lay out. You know what? You kind of have to laugh about them, because if you take it too serious, I always say it's okay to look back in the past, but just don't stare. But if you could look back and laugh at your fucking stupid self when what you were doing, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't miss the birds coming up chirping from doing blow and looking at my buddy like with a cracked forehead going, make the call. I've been running outside and thinking like,
oh my God, you're so funny.
Well,
my phone is dying.
It's the truth. It's just
my phone is gonna die, Loomis. I'm on like 4% right now, I think.
All right. Well, listen, you're going to be back on though anyway, though, because I want to give you a proper ending next week. It's going for 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm just going to stay on for an extra 10 minutes and end it. And then, but I'll be in touch with you. And Gina, thank you so much. This was fucking great. My ass off. And look at that much time went by and it felt like 10 minutes. That means we're having a good time. So thank you so much, Gina.
Anytime, Loomis. And thank you. I'll be back next week. Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. She fucking rocks, man. Gina's fucking cool as shit, huh? And that's what I mean. I'm telling you, folks, I met through this. Anyone could just reach out and come on. Like, she put up the picture of she was the first one to put pictures up in the community, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, blah blah blah. And then I checked in, then she ended up emailing me, and I was like, yeah, come on. Like, who am I to tell nobody no? Like I said, this isn't my channel. This is an Ozzy Osbourne tribute channel. Anyone's allowed on, to the point where if I know 2 people, like, let's say, like, okay, for example, like, let's say Janessa and let's say like Dave, hypothetical, they want to talk about something, I would put them on, and I don't even need to be on. Like, I don't need to always be on. Like, that's what this channel is for. It's for yous, the fans. And you don't need no ads, no YouTube premium, none of that BS. Just diehard Ozzy fans. I did a lot of partying years back, and to be honest, I don't really regret much of it, because I had a hell of a good time listening to awesome music and hanging out with great friends. Now, let me capitalize on that. I do not regret the times I had doing that. And Ariel, if you see this, and RIP to my buddy Bobby Smith, we used to go up though to her land, trip balls, camp, drink, play music, had the best time in our lives. But what I regret is when I wasn't around all of those people and I was by myself in a room doing terrible stuff to myself. That wasn't fun. You know, what you're talking about there was a blast. I don't regret any of that. I don't regret partying at all. I regret the people that I hurt from my addiction. That's what I should say. But the partying, I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Gina is cool. Oh no, Gina rocks. She's cool as shit. Janessa, right here too. She's real cool too, Dave. She knows her stuff. Why do I have to wait though to see the comment? Wait. Sorry, Janessa. 1 second. I have to actually lower the screen. That was truly a great life. I'm glad I found your channel, and the two of you were a blast. Thank you so much. And life and live. Absolutely. And please, I don't know, spread the word, or if you don't mind, and you're welcome on here anytime. Did you get the email addresses that I put up? I think I have them on the main page of the channel. Like if you look at the actual description of the channel, yes, that wasn't. I will have to agree with you on that. When I found myself doing it by myself, that is not such a good memory. Totally agree. Yeah, when it gets serious like that, I get excited. Like, yes, I got this. I scored. It's on Game of Thrones, and feel like, and then like it just turned into hell though. Hell, but. Yes, I did get the email. Nice. Definitely use it. Everyone use it. I should have subbed months ago. Hey, you're here. Listen, you're here now. Let's see if we did it though, because I wanted to announce it on here just to prove how loved Ozzy is. Because it's kind of like you start a YouTube channel and you get, oh my God, look at this. 1,199 subscribers. We need one more for 2,000. One more subscriber for fucking 2,000. We should do a giveaway. But just goes. I'm just saying, getting subscribers on YouTube isn't easy. Okay, and to get that in 2 months just shows the love for Ozzy Osbourne, like unequivocally. It's unbelievable. Hiding, sick at work, hungover, so I didn't get home. Listen, I'm 44 now. If I don't even get my proper sleep, I'm like I can't do nothing if I don't get my sleep. So like if you add on booze with that, forget about it. Like I couldn't even imagine like trying to deal with a hangover right now. I would be up shit's creek for a long time. LOL, I'd sub again if I could. Getting subs is hard. I only got 30. LOL. Well, yeah, it's because of Ozzy, though. That's what I mean. Like the love for Ozzy. Let's see what we got. Oh, damn. Come on. Hold on 1 second. Call. That was my other partner on another show, though, Keith. Real quick. I'm not, you know what? I'm staying on here until we hit it. Come on, we got to celebrate it live together. Janessa, go outside and someone is walking by, be like, listen, there's this great channel. And I'm kidding. But that'll be great, though. Like that's because, listen, I've done a lot of YouTube channels. And I have one that has 8,000, and then another one though that I just started though. But the 8,000 one, I mean, that was years. But I'm saying this just shows how loved Ozzy Osbourne was. It's ridiculous to get that many. Non-monetized, don't pay for ads, none of that. No AI here. Oh, Janessa, another thing. This channel, AI free. None of that lying nonsense. Everything is fact checked. Everything that we say about Ozzy happened, or remember, or if I said something that maybe I'm wrong about, maybe someone could correct me. I love that. I don't have an ego about that. But let's see what we got. Let's see if we did it. Iron Void Army, nope. See if that settles. 1 second. See that? 1999. Oh, bingo! 2,000 for the Ozz man. 2,000 subscribers for the Ozz man. We did it. Love that. Honestly, I know AI has a place, but truthfully, I cannot stand it. The lies and miss. Yeah, no, that'll never be here. 2,000. 2001. Look at this. 2001. And this isn't me. This is Ozzy. I mean, are you kidding me? You don't get this many. Like, it's ridiculous. The guy was. And then. Janessa, I need your you don't have to put it up here though if you don't want though, but email that though so that I could invite you as a wrench where you could actually have the studio and you could see everything and you could actually like go into the page and stuff like that, like Gina and stuff. So make sure that if you got the personal one, that one probably would be better. Email me there, and then this way I could send you the invite. And then if you accept the invite, then that you'll be able to have the wrench and you'll be able to be in on the channel and stuff like that. So if you want to, that's up to you. Yay, 2000. It's 2001 now, folks. Sweet. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of us. It's not my channel. Congratulations to this man right here. That's crazy. 2001 subscribers. Channel started July. Hold on. To get the exact date. This just shows how loved Ozzy is. Let's see. Joined July 21st, 2025. And check this out. 1,012,098 views. Holy shit. Yeah. This man right here is universally loved. That's crazy. Sure will. Thank you. Yes, he's how Gina has the wrench. Vanessa, please come join. Why, Janessa? Fucking autocorrect. Gina. LOL, autocorrect is not my friend either. It's actually pisses me off for most of the time. But that just goes to show the love for Oz. Wow, that's fast. 2,001 subscribers since the 21st of July. Crazy. The man. And thanks, Gina. I would actually love to. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone. That's this. Finally, it's happening. Like, so when I started this channel, it was, I was just thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, but it's never getting monetized. And I want it to not just be mine. I want to find good people that love Ozzy, that love Sabbath, that just want to talk and have positive conversations. And that's what this is turning into. And it's great. And this is not about me. Just because I started this is not about me. This is about us. Anyone, if you were never on a podcast before, anything you want to, come on. You're in. So use the email Ozzyosbournetributepage at gmail.com. And then I'll respond in 24 hours time and get you in. And then Janessa, if you email me right after this, then this way I can send that invite over. And then you could actually, I believe you'll see the studio and everything. You'll be able to see everything and stuff at any type. And listen, same with Janessa, any type of ideas, help that you think that would be great, like memory of Ozzy, anything like that, please bring them to the table. Me and Gina talk about that a lot. So thank you so much. We're over 3 hours, 3:02. That's my address too. Like when they 3:02, I got 3:02 before. Around here, that means the 3:02 when he's going nuts. But those are the old days. But nah, Gina, that was a funny that thing that you said about the crack. Jesus Christ. But anyone who's watching the next day, yes, we are going to, from now on, next Monday, when we do Diary of a Madman, let me bring it up, close this show out right, and then play some Mr. Crowley. When we do Diary of a Madman next week, if Janessa's joining, whoever's joining, like I said, as many of you as want could join. Gina's obviously there. We're going to jump in, say hello, body on a dot, and then we're going to give our insight on the album and then go into the comments like I did the other night, Gina. I think that'll work though better. And then this way, the people who see this the next day, then they'll be like, okay, then they'll understand. And anyone who's watching this who's not live, like right now, it is Tuesday. And if you're seeing this, that's how these go. We get to every comment. And especially what just happened too with Oz, it's kind of hard not to veer off into like that direction of like, fuck, like, still going through the sadness and all that type of stuff of it. So, and with all the documentaries that just came out and stuff, it's hard to stay on like that, that track. But what we could also do, Vanessa and Gina, if you would like, is we could do a pre-record and then like I did with that video yesterday, Gina, and then I could edit it up as we're talking about a certain album too, as well, and then release it, and then come on Monday at 7 for the lives, and then talk to the people about what they think. And if anyone else wants to come in, could do all a bunch of stuff here, folks. This is your channel, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's all for this man right here, and this channel here, Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. It is on Instagram and Facebook as well. And I'm on Facebook under Eric Loomis. On Facebook, might as well put that up since it's not in a thing. Because I always put up a lot. Even on my own page, I put up a lot of stuff. Facebook, ERIC, Eric Loomis. You won't miss me. I'm on there. Sounds great and looking forward to it. Thanks again. Diary is amazing. I know. Be talking about a lot of Rudy next week too. Whichever works better for you guys. Well, no, yeah, we'll just all figure it out. Just send that email though, so I can get you into the studio though. But everyone out there, I want to really though thank for showing the love for the Ozman. That's like a record though, and I was 2003 now subscribers. In that time, that just shows the love for the man. And I love seeing that. We're just going to keep growing. And please, anyone outsiders that didn't come in and that are watching, come in. Come on. Let us know how you feel. Come on. If you want to come in, you're more than welcome. Everyone is welcome on this show. Everyone. All you need to do, here's the admission. All you got to do is subscribe. And you're in. And don't forget, anyone, you don't need a wrench, could post pictures. If you hit the visit community button, you can post pictures and write up. I love seeing that shit. Victoria lady showing the old cassettes and how she became an Ozzy fan. I love waking up and seeing that shit. Like, it's just, I love it. So thank you for utilizing that community, people. And don't forget, though, to check out No Escape From Now, Ozzy, A True Fan's Take, the one that I did yesterday. Janessa, I want you to see that because then you'll get a better understanding about the fandom of me and Ozzy, and I think you'll relate. But already got that. Whichever works better. Got that. Facebook, Eric Loomis. The pins and needles prick the skin of little dolls. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. I do have a little corny. I'll show you. I should have lowered though the bell. Oh no, I don't have it up though. But again, Blizzard of Ozz, what can we say? Unbelievable album. Without this album, who knows though where rock and roll though would be though today. And I mean, Sabbath though was going with a bunch of different singers. And when they reunited though with Oz in '97 too, it's just Ozzy solo is just unbelievable. And just imagine though being fired from a band, folks, and then you start something that's just almost bigger or as big. Like that's something else. And I love you all. This was so fun. I hate to get off because it's too fun. And everyone who I met tonight, like Janessa and my man Shred, I love yous. Dave, I love you. Blizzard of Ozz, classic cover. Oh, it's amazing. That's what the show was about though tonight. And we're going to end it with my little tribute of me playing Mr. Crowley for Blizzard of Ozz. R.I.P. Randy Rhoads. R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. And we will see you next time on Into the Void. Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Thank you, Shred. Looking forward to it. Good night, everyone. Mr. Crowley. And this is by me, so don't copyright me. Don't strike me, but this is by me. Good night, everyone. And thank you, Ozzy, because without you, I wouldn't be able to play this.